Can you guys see me? Did OBS...
The air just came back up.
Can you guys see me? Because OBS absolutely just decided to just set itself on fire. For like 3 seconds. And I don't know why. Anyway, let's get this show on the road. Oh, no, wrong window. Nope, wrong window. Right window.
People can see out here. Like,
you are. You can't stop talking about it.
I can. He's so cute. I love him so much. Anyway. That man's backpack says pie.
It does. Also,
North by north.
It's my boy, Matt Parker. Yeah! He's one of our science boys, along with Cliff Stoll. Where in the hell is he at this point? The sound is off for the video? Wait.
Like out of sync? Because it sounds fine to me.
Oh, no. There is no audio. I know why.
Are you not? You're not capturing the audio.
I know why.
The fence, which is at the top of this hill. Here we go. Okay, it's basically on the other side of this gate.
Yeah, I was actually, I usually don't, yeah, I need to fix that.
I think it might be on the other side of that field. I think we've come up the wrong side.
It was how things routed.
That gate.
Yeah,
that gate
audio
over there.
Software.
Yeah, that is definitely it. That's it. They're right there. We got this.
Audio is not hard. Oh wait, the chill music's still playing.
Okay, it's right before the diagonal path merges with the path we're on. And I would say it's here. Yeah, it's right. It's right here. There are 3 different definitions of north. You've got true north, you've got magnetic north, and you've got grid north. And for the first time ever, all 3 of them have aligned in the UK at exactly the same place, and that place is here. As of November in the year 2022. They did align just out there in the ocean, but the pointer's moved. It's currently here. It's going to keep going that way, and it will pop out the other side in Scotland around July 2026. Now, there's the obvious question, why is this point moving around? But before we deal with that, I'm going to find somewhere less windy, probably dangerously on the cliff somewhere, and we're going to look at why we have 3 different norths. Okay, true north, as it says, best north. If you've got a spherical spinning object, and I like to carry a prop with me to demonstrate a sphere, it is my head, that north, there it is right there. Now the planet is on an angle and it spins, but that center of rotation is the top of the planet. It's the top. It's the same distance from the equator in every direction. It is north. There's no arguing with true north. However,
Grid north.
Grid north is
the hell's grid north?
A map. So this is an OS map. The Ordnance Survey have been mapping the United Kingdom since the late 1700s, and they sell these fantastic maps. And I love rambling. It's a great hobby. My wife and I go on walking holidays. I own a lot of these maps, and yes,
I love rambling. It's a great hobby.
That's just recreating the experience of having a physical bit of paper, a big rectangle, a big square of paper, and you use a compass to navigate around it. And on this, they like to put a grid. The issue is, true north makes for an awful grid. But to explain that, like, I'm gonna live with you here. It's been raining a lot on the walk over. The wind is freezing cold. And if I know Future Matt, like I think I know Future Matt, on the way home, Future Matt's gonna go to a pub for a warm drink. Probably a pub with a hilarious maths name. So I'm gonna hand over the explanation for what grid is used on a map to Future Matt.
I'm here for the pub name. Square and compass, very valid. Oh! Lumi, hello. Thank you guys for rating. I've not seen you here before.
I will do the
thing.
I will.
Thank you.
I will do the thing.
Hello, 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 everybody. My name is Alma Hexblade. If you have not heard of me, variety streamer, person who does really anything. Take a seat. Today is Friday. We are watching some educational videos. So if you guys want to learn about neat things, because we're not nerds here, we're educated, we're cultured. Drop me a follow and stuff. Yeah. I was wondering Splatoon 3 streams. Oh, I need to play 3 more. I really do.
Oh,
That was a long time ago.
I like this person's art. It's cute.
Aw. My friend here called you cute. So yeah, we're watching educational videos. This one is about North's aligning, which is neat. From this funny math man, Matt Parker.
Oh yeah, I found a pub. It's super warm. And it's called the Square and Compass. So good. If you ever endorse it, I highly recommend coming along.
Haven't seen in a while, so dollar rate would be neat. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
For you Americans.
I always do.
I brought this myself. This is not available in the pub. This is my spherical chalkboard. I think none of us should be surprised I have one of these.
What?
It's actually my wife's. She uses it for drawing, she's a solid physicist, and so she draws solid configurations on it. So let me borrow it so I can demonstrate that if you've got
Do you take some
equator
educational?
down here,
I do on the
line,
Discord.
And then I draw in this line of longitude. So I'm going from the equator down here.
The only requirements
to
are
true
it
north,
being
that circle at the very
under 30 minutes,
there. And
20
that's
preferred,
taking a map maker.
and have to be something neat.
This bit on my map, and I want to have the next grid line over. So I'm going to draw in the next
Plus
line
or plus or minus anything
over there. There we
sus
go.
that I might need to
Of course, they meet at the top.
look for.
If they start apart at the equator,
As long as it's on
at the top,
YouTube and
they
TOS,
get
you're
closer
good.
Together as they go up. So your map maker comes along.
That's almost true.
Excellent. And
I remember one video
on a flat
that we were watching that was like going really hard into like 9/11 discussion, and I'm like,
beginning of my grid.
I don't want this on my channel.
I thought you were going to talk about the time I sent you a video that had an integration from Adam and Eve in it.
No, that's fine.
No, but I just remember you got spooked because you were like, wait, is this toss?
It's
a sponsorship.
And if you've got a flat surface, you can
I don't
actually
know.
curl it in that one
not gonna know.
dimension. No problem. And you're like, well, I need to do the other line now. So actually, the other line, it starts there.
But I vet all the educational videos, so
The next line on my grid, so it starts there.
because
I'm gonna run it
God
parallel.
forbid I let
As
people.
a map maker, I really just kind of feel
Media
it.
share watching videos always
my
scared because of all that stuff like
I
cropping
feel
up.
like that's pretty
Exact.
parallel.
Yeah, but
then you're like,
that's
oh, it makes
exactly
sense.
why I
Look at
one
that.
vet
One
them
up, two
and
one, two
two
one goes
have
all
them
out.
be
That's
educational.
Way off. It's all the way. I mean, I'm covering a decent percentage of the globe.
I'm
right?
trustworthy,
So
smiley
it's even
face.
past the line
Peep-
after the next one.
What
That's
channel?
very
It's
significant
straight up.
degree. This
It's
one
labeled
is
Finding Out Friday. It's in the
there,
cafe.
And it's ended up over here. And if I did do it there, I'll add that in as a dotted line. If I break this, it's going to be a real awkward conversation.
Ooh,
we're gonna get.
Spooter eyes.
So
We
there
will
are.
watch
So
that.
that's so if I actually followed.
We go these in order. Most of them are
this is what we
honestly
do.
my own suggestions,
Narrowing.
so we'll see.
So that's not desirable. So it turns out, because of the nature, taking a 2D surface, mapping it on to a 3D sphere, you can pick one line to line up perfectly, and the rest are going to be a bit off. So when the OS maps were working out their maps, they're like, well, we could use
Sometimes
ground
Alma
truth
runs
zero,
dry. Yeah,
line
I
of
follow a
longitude,
lot of educational
but
video peoples,
instead, we're
so
gonna go
I always find
2
something
degrees
interesting, or something wildly
That's because it's
dangerous.
kind of
One or the other.
closest whole line of longitude, so an integer value of longitude, that's as central as possible. And because the further out you go, the worse the alignment of true
Like,
north
keep it a
to
secret
grid
between
north
me.
becomes.
The
You want to
dangerous ones are
minimize
actually
the
kind of really
so
funny to
2
watch.
degrees
So
longitude is like
you know,
the minimal value of the maximum error you're going to get in the UK. And so that's why past Matt is on the 2 degree line of longitude right now, even as we speak. Back to you, past Matt.
which
Yep,
documentaries
still
on
here.
media I've
Still
never heard
hot.
of.
Been waiting the whole
Yo,
time.
same.
I'm on that
I
2
watch
degree
documenter-
line of longitude. However, if I wanted to
I
go
watch
into the 3
long
degree line,
document. I watch a
just over 70
okay.
kilometers in that direction,
I like
one
watching
degree line,
5-hour
just
videos
over
on where the
70 kilometers
Roblox
in that
oof came
direction. However,
from.
by the time you get
The longest YouTube video I think I've watched to completion is a 4-hour like deconstruction of everything Nikocado Avocado has done.
I feel like I'd be more. Is it like do you feel your time was well spent, or do you think it's like, no, I wasted my time watching that?
I thought it was interesting mainly because I want to know what the normal people apparently care about.
Okay.
That's why I watch drama videos too, is like, this is what normal people on the internet argue about, and I don't know any of this shit, so it's just interesting. Not too deep into general education of it. I mean, like, that's why I try and find, like, neat stuff or just dangerous stuff or weird stuff. Because educational is fun.
Where this line leaves the UK, at that point, it's under...
Educational stuff is fun if you find it right, you know?
Longitude. And so if you use true...
Or if you find a good teacher, which is always why I'm kind of here, you know? Like, you can make learning fun. You just need to get the right teacher in the right place who does the content. So
to do your grid, by the time you get up there, you've got 84% as much land between each pair of lines. You effectively zoomed in by about 19.
I watched the iCarly.
Gradually, as you move up.
You watched the fucking iCarly videos from
no, Quentin.
They're going to get
Yeah.
real
No.
if the scale is changing.
Oh no.
There's a good thing to be said.
See, Victorious is even worse because you get to see the, oh god, what's his face from Nickelodeon must be stopped.
Dan Schneider?
Allegedly must be stopped.
The ADHD curse. If you have a good teacher, you have a new hyperfixation.
It's always the same correction.
Guess what? Guess who also has ADHD and hyperfixation?
Magnetic north is the worst, but it's real easy to measure. You just need a compass. Get yourself a shiny rock with some other properties.
Shiny rock.
Suspend, and it'll point to north. So even though it's a bad north, it's really easy to measure. And the reason it's bad is it moves around, which is why we're going to get this freak alignment. Magnetic north is moving, which means it's going to line up with the other two. However, I said right at the beginning that this confluence of north by north.
You guys figured it out. My ADHD, my streams are on Fridays are an excuse to just go on ADHD tangents and show you guys my new hyperfixations. Speaking of, after this, I'm going to show you guys my new hyperfixation.
But that's not how magnetic north works. It's even worse than that. It's not just that it moves around. It's not just...
I have a really shitty kind of ADHD manifest as learning disability, though. Oh, no, I did too, but I came out of it by being inherently pretty smart. That's how you compensate.
I thought you were going to say you came out of it inherently pretty gay.
That's not the ADHD's fault.
Magnetic fields are
but it's a contributing factor.
Is not a smart device.
I guess. It was either that or... It was either that or the exhaust fumes I inhaled as a kid.
My compass app running. So I'm like, oh, you know what? I want to verify.
Okay.
I said that explicitly because I knew that would make people go, what?
The two together, suddenly the analog moves around because
I have an apparently weird history of inhaling things that I definitely shouldn't have when I was younger.
So the compass,
not weed or drugs.
Whatever is happening.
Why did you sniff the markers?
Environment and the
because they smelt good.
Perfectly neat bar magnet. It's not like the lines come out of the top, are perfectly straight, and go in the bottom. Oh no.
The scented markers also smelt good. They smelt better on the paper, though. It was too concentrated. I think that's what they were meant to be for.
From the US government.
Yes.
This is a 3D model of the Earth. Actually, they give it as a...
Oh, Goliath, we talk about lead poisoning?
Because, please.
We talk about lead poisoning. I'm pretty sure I am the only VTuber who can definitely confirm that they may have been poisoned by lead as a child. And actually be serious.
I don't think you inhaled enough solder as a child to do that.
I interacted with enough solder from tin lead solder from Radio Shack when I was a kid that I definitely at least ingested some of it.
And I'm not saying that's not possible because you literally inhaled it. I'm just saying I think the adverse effects of that take more than the time you've spent with it. Like, unless it was like your job.
I'm just saying I handled it and then like licked my fingers a lot, so I don't know.
That's definitely not good. I just feel like if you had lead poisoning because of that, you would have noticed the side effects of that before now.
Well, I mean, look at me now. How can you tell that this is not some form of lead poisoning?
I can confirm that. I've met too many people to know that that's not the case.
The tangent between getting lead poisoning, enjoying computers as a kid, and being a VTuber is now just it's a very interesting Venn diagram we're making. How lead poisoning leads to VTubing by Alma.
Models. So I've taken their data, put it on.
There's a non-zero chance that is true.
And so the lines are showing you now. They're showing you how far off your compass is, but they're not showing you how far off your compass is from where the field should be pointing, where magnetic north is. Because that's all over the place. So if you look at the moment, magnetic north at the top here is like over here somewhere. Oh, no, there it is. Is it over there near Alaska, I think? And if you look at the south, there it is. It's over there.
Why
like
are the poles moving?
I don't know. I bring it up a lot. Really bugs me.
The magnetic poles move naturally.
However,
over time.
Oh no,
magnetic poles move all over the place.
I mean, that's been a thing for
to get out of pole.
Between the wonky local field, which we call the declination of the Earth's magnetic field, and true north. So it's just showing you how far off by accident the magnetic field is compared to where you care about. And you've either got the red lines, that's where it's pointing, I think, too much to the east. You've got the blue areas where it's pointing too much to the west. And because of the intermediate value theorem,
I'm going to be honest, I did not watch this video through, and I didn't realize how much you needed to pay attention to this to understand it.
The magnetic field is messed
What's up, gamer? We're talking about 2% lead poisoning. I am an example.
True north. And if you look at these lines,
I think
did you know the ancient Romans put lead in their wine as a sweetener?
Did you know that lead was in the? Did you know that lead was basically? Oh wait, no. They also pointed it in the sweetener. They also pointed it in their paint. It was also found in the walls of the sewer system, and is a major contributing factor to the fall of the Roman Empire.
Yes. It's also we also pumped lead in we had lead in our gasoline in the United States until the 1970s. So entire generations of people just are like have fucking lead poisoning or potential brain damage.
Listen. Roman lead white is a very pretty color.
That's true. Lead paint is the oldest paint we found. Well, yeah, because it's not that hard to find.
Oh yeah.
Also,
didn't makeup have lead in it? Yes, makeup also had lead. Egyptians used it, I think, for the same reason, because the lead powder is like white. I think.
Yeah.
It explains why boomers the way they are. You're also right.
Yeah.
You have lead poisoning and asbestos generations, and now you have the microplastics. Hell yeah.
Good.
What generation are you? Lead poisoning, asbestos, or microplastics?
Or social media addiction.
No, that doesn't count. It's microplastic.
Pole comes down, then goes back up again. And look at that. It goes right. Oh, zoomed in too much there. It goes through the UK. So this data is from 2019, and you can see at that point it went pretty much through London. So if you're in London and you got your compass out,
might actually be the least impactful, which we're scared about. It just kind of sucks, though.
Accidentally point towards true north.
Microplastics, they just kind of suck.
And that green line, that line of accidentally don't need to fix anything, is moving to the west. And as you can see, it's on a bit of a tilt. And if you're moving a line, it's on a bit of a tilt. So here I've got our original perfect line from my map. And let's say this ruler is the zone of no correction. If I gradually slide the zone of no correction across and you follow where it intersects with the only line where grid north equals true north, it looks like it's moving north housing. Up that line. But that's just because the line of zero correction is on an angle and it's moving from the east towards the west. And that's why that point is moving gradually up that line. So there you are, at this one particular point in time, at this one specific spot, I can look at my map and grid north is that way, true north is that way, magnetic north is that way. They all line up, well, if I hold everything still, they all line up perfectly in that, I think my compass, there it goes. It's rotating very slowly to point in the correct direction. I'm so excited. And it's going to move across the UK, going through such hotspots as Birmingham. Probably other places as well. We'll put them on the screen.
Poole, Cirencester, Cheltenham, Birmingham.
Oh my god, he made it as a joke, as a tour video.
Leek,
Oh, this is kind of funny.
62 motorway, Berwick-upon-Tweed, Aberdeen.
Yo, it's going to Aberdeen.
Fraserburgh.
Go and check them out.
I want a
Eventually, it
version
goes
of
up the
this
far
for
side, just north of
solar
Aberdeen,
eclipses.
a place called Fraserburgh.
A solar eclipse
We think
sort?
roughly July.
Oh, hell
Yeah,
yeah.
26,
The next
planning
solar
ahead to
eclipse
that
happens
party.
in a city 2
But
hours
the
from where
Earth
I
is a
live, and I'm
spotty mess.
definitely taking the day
So
off
who
to go
knows?
drive there when it
But what an
happens.
incredible
Oh, that's
alignment.
cool.
I'm so
It'll be
glad
a
to
total
hear.
solar eclipse in that
Absolutely
city.
freezing
Ooh.
cold and
Pretty.
windswept. Now, if you excuse
Remember the
me,
last one
I have
happened
a
and
future
Google
map
launched
to
a
go
new
for
version of
Tom.
Android to
Thank you so
coincide
much for
with it?
watching this video
No.
where I've trekked all the way.
You
here
don't?
What version of Android was that?
Oreo.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that? It was literally the day. You might need to like do a quick Google for that. Hold on. So let me do this. Hold on.
Just do
Solar
it. Okay.
eclipse.
Anyway, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to show this, but my new latest obsession was this dumb show that I found on Mech Plus, which is like a streaming platform. It's called Rescue Robots. It's made by contestants on Robot Wars, and they basically it's supposed to be a game show for kids.
Oh wow, this is still up. What the fuck? Why did they leave it up? Hold on, Google left the website up for the launch. Here, I put it in the group chat.
Android.com/eclipse. Hold up, what?
I'm shocked they left this up.
Android is touching down to Earth with the total eclipse.
Android Oreo has arrived. Yeah, this was a thing.
So they launched it right when the eclipse was there?
Yeah, the Android O reveal NYC. I can't believe this is still up. Why did they not take this down?
That's neat.
Yeah, and it's Android 8.0, which is like ancient at this point.
Yeah, it is.
That was like what, the Pixel 2, right?
Yeah, that was Pixel 2.
Yeah.
Anyway, here's this dumb show. Well, this is Fighting Robots, which is also great. What was it? Rescue Robots. There it is. It's basically like these kids. This is a BBC show. These kids,
is British,
basically using miniatures to do tasks and stuff, and it's in a weirdly excruciating 25 minutes of action, and just kids arguing over each other like it's Xbox Live. We're gonna skim through this because this is like, I have no idea if I have the rights to do this, but like we're doing it.
We don't, but it's fine.
On today's show, a series of major fires have broken out in the gas refinery on the outskirts of Calamity City. The race is on to save the refinery and salvage the main wellhead before it blows to smithereens. Will our rapid response unit rise to the challenge and get the rescue robots to the blazing inferno on time? The pressure's intense, the temperature's rising, and the clock's ticking. So stick around for explosive action.
It's a deeply British
This
show.
looks like a job for the rescue robots.
This is a show from like what, 2003? I think we looked it up. This is around when I were a kid, I'd commit murder to be on there. You know what? I understand you entirely. I would too. This would be my shit when I was like a young kid. But it was 2003, so I was watching like Doctor Who maybe.
Today's team face
I would've loved this if I saw this growing up.
missions of all time.
Yeah, that's what everyone's saying. Is like if I was like 7, I would have loved it.
Pipes repaired and the wellhead secured. Fail, and the citizens of Calamity City will start to get very chilly as the winter settles
But Doctor Who
in.
started
So
2005.
let's meet today's rapid
Oh,
response unit.
then maybe I would have been watching
And
Monty
they
Python.
are Stuart, he's 10 years old and enjoys playing football.
Oh no.
Stuart will drive Talon. His football prowess has taught him tactics and he plays a saxophone. It gives him coordination. Our second operator is Alex. He's 9 years old and is a big fan of Tottenham FC. Alex will drive Blade. His experience of radio-controlled cars will be invaluable and he's always up for a challenge.
Everyone in Britain
Our
is
first
having
Nick.
cold
He's
winter.
11 years old and
Yeah.
enjoys running. Nick will drive Ranger. His sense of humour has earned him the nickname of Class Joker, but he's not afraid of anything. And their commander for
How is this
today
related
Sam. He's
to-
11 years old and he enjoys making models. Sam is the commander of this response unit. A keen rugby player and robot builder, his teamwork and
He's a
construction
keen
skills
rugby
should come in
player.
handy. Now team, you think
Me
you're
with the
hot
Patreon
stuff and now you're going to
appreciation.
find out the meaning of the word. Are you up for the challenge today?
Yes.
Good, then stand by for your mission briefing. A fire has broken out in the gas refinery, threatening to blow up the main wellhead, causing a major disaster.
Hey, a man has fallen into the a man has fallen to the river into Lego City. I'm sorry.
Can't stop the refinery exploding.
We're
There'll
skipping
be
around.
no central heating in Calamity
A man has
City.
fallen into
And
the
winter
river.
is nearly upon us.
No, but
Chilly pros-
I'm gonna skip ahead because we're not watching the entire thing. But like, it's these kids basically in like gamer chairs,
Commander, the mission is yours. Take control.
Mission commenced.
and they have like mics and lapel mics,
Stage 1.
and they're in their little gamer chairs, like controlling controlling
In this convoy.
tiny little dioramas.
I want you second. And Blade third.
The lack of music also makes this just excruciating.
From Sam.
Yeah, like some stock music would be enough.
Oil.
Well, no, it's in there occasionally, but not all the
Unit
time.
not wasting any
I know,
time
but
at
it should
all.
be
They seem to
continuous.
understand the urgency of
Yeah.
the situation. If the gas
Or,
refinery
like,
blows up, then the poor citizens of Calamity City are in for a
this-
very cold winter.
I love.
know.
I also like love the fake audio for the vehicles that they pump in.
Oh yeah.
That's also great.
Concentrating hard to get
Also,
the
as you
physical
mentioned
position.
when we saw this in
But why is
VC the
Ranger
other day,
coming back? What's
the
he playing
fucking kids are wearing lapel mics in addition to the
Ranger,
headsets,
reverse.
very
They're gonna get-
visibly.
They're all gonna get stuck.
Yeah, there he is. You can see him.
Commander quite rightly voicing his concerns about the situation.
I love
and
that the
Ranger's
kids are in
now
bucket
doing what he's
chairs
told and
for,
turning
like, no
around.
reason.
They're gamer
He needs to be
chairs.
there, and Sam thinks he'll either get stuck or get in the way. In the meantime, Blade is still trying to dislodge Talon using that sturdy
This is television.
six-wheel drive. I
And, like
think if he
the
takes more of a
TV, the
runner,
like screens have a
might well come
crosshair
off.
painted on the center of them.
Do you
They
remember
have like HOTAS controllers.
the first episode we watched? It's just a bunch of tiny actual robots moving around. Tiny, exactly. Yeah.
Let's take a look at that again. We can see the detonator definitely blew up. Talon only just got out of the way in time as debris was flying everywhere. But did that explosion blow out the fire?
The controls that look, they have valve analytics.
Team,
No,
but the
no,
process
they're
is
not
still escape,
Knuckles.
and You're going to need to cap the system. I suggest you use the rubble to make a seal. Over to you, Sam.
Blade.
Yeah.
Quick as you
Explosion
can,
to put out the
much
fi- I
rubble
don't know.
over That as you can. The other two stand back. Don't go in for help.
I feel like we need to watch this in VC at some point because these are ridiculous. Like
Have our fucking
The first,
mech
like-
blast watch party.
the first episode I watched, it was a bunch of kids and they were all arguing over each other like it was straight up Xbox Live. Like you could hear the evolution from this to just kids yelling like slurs at each other over the microphone. It's not on the show's not even on like on YouTube. Like there were only 7 episodes actually aired, and then the rest of the 15 were archived. Like that's how poorly known this show was, and I love it. I just love stumbling upon it for no reason. Okay, next video is from my me being a hyper fixated loser from when I was 10 or whatever. Is from XDA. Alma mater. Mommy, I want to drive a motorized machine. And then I learned when I was younger that driving cars is terrifying. I didn't know about it, and I was pretty into Robot Wars in the late 90s. The thing about Rescue Robots was that it was made, I believe, by a participant on Robot Wars and had other staff members who also worked on Robot Wars work on the robots and the sets and all that jazz.
I guess I'm the odd person out where it's like I don't like driving because I don't think I should have to drive in order to go get a cheeseburger, but also like driving itself is not that hard once you
Oh yeah, no,
actually
totally.
spend some time doing it.
Oh yeah, no, totally.
Except parallel parking, that shit's always hard.
I can parallel park fine. You're just bad.
Well, that's because I don't live in a place where parallel parking is necessary.
Get good.
Just tear down like 40% of your buildings and build parking garages like the rest of America, weirdo.
Get good. Oh, okay. We're watching this video. This is from like another old hyperfixation. Now that I'm really thinking about it, when I really liked a lot of smartphones. Well, this was also early like 2010 smartphone stuff. So, the worst smartphone trends that crashed and burned.
Let's go.
I bet I can tell you.
Wait, pause.
Yeah.
Actually, we should do this afterward, but I want you to say what your favorite trend that burned was.
Let me see here. Back when smartphones, yeah. My favorite, okay, out of the dumb phones I saw, my favorite one were the dumb 3D phones. It came out.
The Fire phone?
Not the Fire phone. There was one that before that. It was the Evo 3D.
Oh,
it was made by HTC. It had dual cameras and the features that one, it had a 3D screen. Two, it had a slider on it like the freaking the 3DS where you could turn on or off 3D.
This thing,
and it had a capture.
This thing looks like a puck. Just like a slab of just pure like. I mean, it looks like something that wouldn't break if you dropped it, but this is like...
No, it would break if you dropped it. It was kind of small. Oh, there was also like a weird gendered smartphone thing. HTC did some weird stuff before they went under.
Wait, what? Like different than like the Droid? Like this isn't your fucking...
No, they did weird gendered phones. Like a very obvious pink phone. I think it was... Oh yeah, didn't HTC go under? Yes, they did.
No. HTC, the company, exists. HTC's mobile division, they sold off to Google.
That's not the phone I was thinking about. Hold on.
No, the HTC Dream was the OG Android phone.
I'm gonna get my...
Oh my god, HTC Bliss.
Found it!
What a name!
It was the HTC...
Wait, that's just green.
Hold on, we'll find it.
HTC
Bliss. We found it. I remember that they had this dumb... It's weirdly just like...
I wonder if there's any YouTube videos on this.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure this phone did exist. It came out. I know it did.
Well, no, I know. I just mean like, I want like the Mr. Mobile review of this thing in 2022.
I love how all the reviews are like, it's a smartphone for women.
Go to the Engadget one. It says cleanest photo session. Okay, there we go. There's some decent pictures.
That looks okay. I
hated capacitive physical buttons. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this was like, yeah. For some reason, it was labeled as female-oriented, and I still don't know. You know what?
Is it like one of those things where it's like not clear why they felt that? Because it looks like a normal generic.
I need to find out. Hold on, we'll find out.
Oh, it's got a shopper and a calorie counter on the home screen. Is that why? Is that why?
It's going to have a slew of rather interesting female-targeted features. Hold on, we're going to keep going.
Oh, that's not a real... It's a mock-up, excuse me.
Still.
So that's still funny.
As you can see, it will be a greenish hue. We are told it's somewhere between a forest and sea green, and the color was selected for its calming effect.
I feel like that, considering there's a green iPhone right now, that is a failed attempt.
Our source has shown a few mock-ups, but each of them had a greenish-gray rubber back, so women can have better grip of the phone.
You know how women are. Their uncalloused hands don't know how to grip them phones good. We don't know what version. Okay, so the mock-up they made in the article header, that is based off of an internal mock-up that was described to the writer of this article. Okay, that makes a little more sense.
The mock-ups had shopping comparison and calorie counting apps.
You know, because every woman watches the pounds. The most interesting part comes with accessories.
Wireless charging dock. Neat.
Okay, but that's actually cool. Wireless charging dock with built-in speakers.
This was in 2011, though. This was good. Speakers, there will be a square-shaped speaker that catches the car visor and supports voice recognition. That was actually kind of cool.
Okay, that sounds actually cool.
The last accessory is certainly the most interesting. It's said to be called the charm indicator, and the cube-shaped device comes with a hook to attaching to a purse or bag. The lights notify when you get a new message or missed call.
So your phone charm is your notification LED.
They used to have that, and they were cool. Why the HTC Bliss is already annoying.
Is that Pocket Now screenshot like a concept, like a mock-up, or is that... I don't think that's...
Reported to be images of the device reported.
I wonder if these are all internal things that just like... Because it sounds like this phone didn't get released, or at least not the way they intended it to.
It's on eBay.
Can we... Oh, wow. That looks garish. Even for the time. No, that says HTC Rhyme.
It's this... Color. Oh, look how pink this is. Oh,
Jesus.
I'm pretty sure... Well, no, all these are prototype named for Bliss, and then we're getting all these results. So, I don't know. Still, it's still just wild as hell. Anyway, we're gonna go to watch the terrible smartphones and laugh at them.
Yes.
Milestone features, whether it's the iPhone's zoom camera, the Pixel 3's night sight, or more recently super smooth 120Hz screens. But for every big selling new phone feature,
hot take, I think they should not put a higher than 60 Hz screens on budget phones. And I think that's a terrible design decision.
Where is HTC based out
of? Taiwan, I believe.
Yeah, that sounds right. Got alert one. Thank you, Lumi. Flaming dumpster. The video's quite quiet. Yeah, I'm gonna boost it up. Hold on.
HTC apparently stands for high tech.
Oh, hey, look, it's already here. My stupid phone.
Big thing until suddenly it wasn't. Back in the early 2010s, there was a big push behind 3D in cinemas, TV.
I'm glad 3D is dead. I will not apologize.
The two big 3D-equipped Android phones were the HTC Evo 3D and
this finish on the back is weird.
Both featured 4.3-inch carbon panels on the front and
these things always gave me headaches.
Photos and even video around back. For as primitive as these were, and especially considering these were first-gen products, the 3D effect still holds up pretty well today.
Wow, it's so realistic in 3D.
The effect works within a limited distance, and you need to be right in front of the phone to see it. That's because the stereoscopic effect works by splitting the resolution and showing a different set of pixels to each of your eyes. That was just the first of many compromises with 3D phones like this, though. The brightness was also lower in 3D mode, and the distance
this was the same feature as the 3DS.
Camera bulges.
Yeah. Although the Amazon phone did it with 4 cameras instead of 2, or instead of 1 like the 3DS.
Well, no, that was face tracking.
You wouldn't want to do that for long on a 4.3-inch display. Gaming options were limited. Plus, while YouTube did, and last time I checked still does support stereoscopic content, creators just weren't uploading 3D videos. Doing so was expensive and complicated, especially back then. It was a bit easier if you shot on a 3D phone like one of these, but if you did, then the quality was usually garbage anyway. So yeah, you were mostly left having to shoot
cameras
your own
weren't that
3D
great
content to watch on the 3D display in your pocket. Obviously, with the state of phone cameras 11 years ago, the results were less than spectacular. The problem
nowadays, if you want to do something like that,
some configurations making people feel sick, poor uptake of 3D.
I guess I feel like VR replaces what 3D wanted to do, in my opinion.
It was your classic chicken and egg problem. Without the content, consumer buying was always going to be lukewarm, but without the install base of 3D TVs, phones, and other displays, there was little incentive to the people making that content. 3D displays made a brief, disappointing, and expensive comeback with the Red Hydrogen 1 in 2018.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
As both
I forgot about the Red Hydrogen 1.
And is now more famous for being that
I remember people were so hyped for that.
It looked cool, to be honest, but that was really bad.
Otherwise, 2011 was the end of the road for 3D phones, and a few years later, it was generally accepted that the 3D TV as a product category had also failed.
See, I had a coworker that had this phone, and he loved the modularity of it.
Really hard to make it happen, but ultimately the modular phone concept never really worked out and is now dead. One of the earliest efforts in modular phones was Google's Project Ara in a modular phone with 3 frame sizes that can plug into Snap-in modules, also in 3 sizes.
I miss you.
You'd be able to plug in mods for cameras, speakers, and other add-ons, and modules would be hot-swappable without rebooting the core phone.
It's a cool idea.
Accessories like mini projectors and receipt
I think just with a device this small, it's too hard to get something like that right in a way that consumers,
They
But
showed off a
looking
proof
delayed
of
the ultimately
concept and it
aborted
makes me
Puerto Rico
sad
market
that it
pilots,
never
Aura
came out.
ultimately failed to prove the viability of this kind of form factor. Aura devices ended up being heavier, bulkier, and less efficient than a traditional purpose-built smartphone. The smaller you go, the less power you use, the harder it is to keep that modularity and upgradability. Kind of
I
the same
think the
reason most
closest you can
laptops
maybe
these
something
days aren't
do is something
upgradable
like the
versus, say,
Fairphone where it
full-size
can be
desktop
taken
PC.
apart.
Yeah.
A
That's
couple of
about
other
it.
contenders, though. In 2016, LG's G5 was a big bet on building an ecosystem of
Oh, the
LG
the
friends
G5
that
where
could
it
plug into your
sabotaged
phone.
itself because it
Modules
tried to be
replaced the lower
modular
ports
too
of the
hard.
device where the removable battery was housed, and they included initially a hi-fi module and a camera grip. This system was arguably the worst of the bunch, clunky, requiring a reboot when changing modules, and the modules themselves were pretty lackluster, made worse by some versions of these modules being incompatible with certain carriers' versions of the G5. No
Oh,
surprise,
God, I
Moto
didn't
made
know
a
about
hard
that.
pivot away from modules of the G6 in the following year. Motorola had a better time with its Moto Z, which is probably the most commercially successful modular phone system.
That one was good
It stuck by
because of the
ecosystem
pogos.
of Moto mods for 4 generations between 2016 and 2019.
I don't know why
and the
LG
modular
thought, oh, you
experience
know,
was
we
pretty
need
seamless,
a
attaching
way
with
to
a
like have it to where
snap.
you can remove, you have
And
to
in
remove
researching
the
these mods
fucking
for this
battery
video, I
to
was surprised to see how
swap
many there
mods.
actually were. Not just the usual things
Oh my
like
God,
camera,
projector
touch screens,
phones.
fans, and bigger batteries, but
That was an
smart
official
speakers,
add-on,
full
I
gaming
believe.
controllers, and even a Polaroid branded printer.
Mr. Mobile has
But
some
most
good
Moto
videos
mods
on
were
these if you guys
expensive,
want to go
and
back
the way
in
they
his back
attached meant the
catalog.
Moto had to stick with that same footprint of the original
Polaroid
Z
phone.
if it wanted to keep the ecosystem alive. As such, Moto mods were quietly
I
unlisted
think
from
that's a good
Moto's
idea.
website.
You literally are recreating a Polaroid on your phone. You're getting an
Then
instant.
just get a
photo.
Polaroid.
Today, most
Yeah, but
flagship
people wanna
phones
take it with
have
a better
some sort of
quality
telephoto
camera.
capability, and
But you're
even
printing
digital
it on a
phones does not.
Polaroid.
You could punch in it 2 or 3 times, and your shots will probably look pretty good.
What if I
But for
also
a brief
want a digital
time
copy?
in the mid-2010s, Samsung tried to solve this problem a different way. The Galaxy
True.
S4 Zoom, released in 2013, was half
Oh,
smartphone,
gosh.
half point-and-shoot camera.
I
It was an
remember
offshoot
this.
of 2012's Galaxy Camera, which literally was a point-and-shoot camera that ran Android. The Galaxy S4 Zoom was a bit more compact than that device, though still fairly bulky for a phone, and included important phone stuff like the ability to make phone calls. The S4 Zoom packed a larger
See,
camera sensor.
I
for the
thought this
time,
was
one
cool.
Of a 2.33-inch 16-megapixel shooter. and
I
its
mean,
main
in
function was
hindsight,
true,
like I can
smooth
see why this
optical
was
zoom
like
up to
really
4 times.
impractical.
And for the time,
no
it
one
actually
wants a
wasn't
full
horrible to
fat
use.
camera on the
main
back of
pain
their
point
phone like
being
that.
the Apple
Although
Control.
I want to treat it like a
This thing was
camera. I don't want to
pretty
treat it like
chunky
like my
and being a
phone
real
though.
hassle to fit
That's the
into a
thing.
jeans pocket. Plus,
Remember that
the lens
Lumia
and
with the
moving
big-ass
parts
camera
meant that
bump
it was
on it?
potentially
The
a lot
yellow
more
one?
breakable than a regular
Is that the one with the
optic.
biblically
The level
accurate
zoom
number
on Oppo
of
was
cameras?
impressive for the time, though the photo
Something
quality
like
was
that.
held back by 2013
There's one that had a
image processing
like
and the
tryptophobia
relatively small
tripping.
aperture of f1.6
No,
at
that's a
maximum
different
level.
thing.
That makes it
That's
pretty
not a
much
Windows
useless
phone
in
thing.
low
That's
light.
just a camera
Samsung
that
stuck with
Leica
the concept
made.
into
That was
2014 with the
weird.
Galaxy K Zoom, a slightly upgraded variant based on Galaxy S5 internals. In the end, though, smartphone photography evolved in the
Just make the
direction of
smartphone pretty
multiple
cheap.
larger
The problem
sensors
is that
and
the
lenses with a
smartphone
fixed focal
processor is
length,
the guy
as
that's
opposed to
handling
a
the image
standard zoom
processing,
with all
so
the
you're
moving
gonna
parts
get
and
a
complexity
shit
that was
camera out of
involved.
it.
But Samsung actually wasn't the only
That's the
company
problem.
crazy enough to put a moving zoom lens inside a smartphone.
Well, I
Early
think they
2015
wanted
brought us
the
Asus
features of a
Zenfone
camera
Zoom,
on a
an internal
smartphone.
atom-powered smartphone with
Yeah.
a small telephoto inside
But
the
it's, of course, the
periscope
solution was to
configuration.
add more
So the same
lenses
concept as
and to
telephoto
like
in
get
phones today,
eventually do
only
machine
with
learning.
moving
Do
parts.
have better
This was different to
optics.
the S4 Zoom in that it didn't have a telephoto
That's
lens
cool,
that
by the
pointed
way.
out the
Look
back.
at that.
All the moving parts were internal. The phone arrived to mixed reviews in mid-2015, mainly relating to Asus's software as opposed to the actual photo quality. Once again, we have an abandoned feature here that relates to moving parts and extra bulk. Super Zoom Telephoto just wasn't a huge draw for buyers in 2013 with all the compromises involved, and we'd have to wait until 2021 for the Galaxy S21 Ultra to get true telephoto zoom at 10 times in a Samsung phone.
I feel Carmack, I know,
Virtual reality
leaked
itself,
about
of course,
this.
is far from dead technology, but VR in
He
phones
tried
has
so
been basically
hard.
defunct since around 2019. It started promisingly in 2014 with Google Cardboard offering a cheap, simple way to turn any smartphone into a rudimentary virtual reality device.
I still think the
VR
future of
needs a
VR is
small,
mobile,
high-res
but I think it's
display, and
devices like the
smallest,
Quest.
most pixel-dense screen most people
Yeah.
have is in their phone. So why not strap it
The
into a
battery
cardboard
trade-offs
headset
for
and
phone
enjoy the
VR
basics
just
of
aren't
what
worth it
VR
at the end of the
offer?
day,
Soon
unfortunately.
after Samsung launched
Yeah,
its
oh yeah,
VR
Galass, you're
platform,
right. No
with a
amount of
competitive, more
post-processing
plastic
can
VR
circumvent
product you can plug
physics.
your Galaxy phone into and strap to your face.
I mean,
Yeah.
Then Google's Daydream
That's
brought
not
similar
true, though.
capabilities to more of the Android ecosystem. Unlike a dedicated headset, there was no need for a display on SoC. The headset just needed to fit your phone of choice. and
like
include
you
the right
you
lenses
can
for an
do a lot
immersive
with
stereoscopic
the smart
effect.
HDR stuff
VR on
that
phones
Apple,
began with
Google,
some
and
big
Samsung
pushes
are
from
doing.
major platform holders,
Oh yeah, but that's not gonna
also
increase best resolution.
More people chose increasingly cheap standalone
Well,
headsets
yeah,
that were actually
but
designed
then you
with
just
VR
need
in
a
mind.
better
In
sensor.
addition, naturally,
Yeah,
not
that's
more
what we're
so
saying.
if
We
I
just
don't
need a better
you don't need a
sensor.
PC options.
Yeah, well,
From
they said
speaking to one
bigger, and I
industry insider, the
assumed
problem with smartphone
bigger
VR basically
sensors.
came from trying to shoehorn one product, your phone, into a role it wasn't really suited for. Running a VR experience is taxing on your phone's processor and battery, running at full tilt for however long you're viewing or playing. That's in stark contrast to what your phone, its battery, and its processor is designed to be doing most of the time, which is idling, maybe pulling down notifications, and sipping power as it does. Running VR on this kind of device also required a lot of optimization in the software, which wasn't a huge priority for a lot of phone makers, and it was a big barrier to adoption even with Google pushing hard.
I will say, of the phone VR platforms I tried,
So
Google
VR on
Daydream was the
phones,
best one.
It can be done, and you can
Had a
still
really
buy
good
that original
remote.
cardboard headset today, but VR quickly outgrew the smartphone, and a modern VR experience is much better enjoyed on a dedicated headset.
I still have my original Google Cardboard. It doesn't fit anything.
That's it for now. Hit the comments. Let us
Yeah,
know which
it wasn't
features
designed
you
for
remember
big
and whether you
phones
agree
like
or
this.
disagree that they
Wow, that was a
finally deserve
short
that.
video.
Be sure to subscribe to XDA TV.
I
for
would
more like
say
this, along with
the
usual
worst smartphone trend that I remember is probably the trend of trying to get smartphones to become computers.
You mean the dock?
And
Oh, the docking age.
Like Samsung DeX.
Samsung DeX. Oh, do
The
you remember?
Motorola phone.
Oh, what was it called? Oh man.
Windows Continuum.
No, it was like Motorola. Atrix. I remember this.
Oh, also there was a Motorola. No, this wasn't Motorola. It was Asus. They had a phone that slotted into a tablet and became like a tablet with a smartphone for a brain. That was also really bad.
Oh look,
and
yeah,
dumb.
no. Look at this
Yeah.
dumb ass thing.
It's February 2011, and Motorola has just released the Atrix 4G, an experimental new smartphone for AT&T, running modern Android software and bringing a lot of firsts to the table. The first dual-core Tegra 2 processor, the first fingerprint sensor on an Android phone, the first phone that could transform into a laptop at the drop of a hat.
Whoa!
And on a more personal note, one of my first Android phones. See, the Atrix came out when I was a junior in high school, rocking the iPhone 4. It was a good phone for its time, but the more I started seeing friends with Android phones like the HTC Evo, the more I wanted to try one for myself.
That I think
so I
that
got
still
on
exists.
Craigslist and found someone who was willing to trade me their HTC
That OS
Inspire
is
for
still
my
around and
iPhone.
still being
Then
supported.
after a few months, decided that the 4.3-inch screen was just too big for me, and swapped out again for this, the Motorola Atrix 4G. This phone didn't have the Inspire's flashy aluminum build, but its plastic construction was still fine by me, and it was much easier to pop the back panel off and access the micro SD and SIM trays, along with the 1930 mAh removable battery. Despite these relics of the past, along with the capacitive navigation keys below the screen, the phone still
Can we
feels
call people trying to
reasonably
get
modern
Linux
in
to
the
work
hand.
on a smartphone
Maybe that's
outside of
thanks in
Android
part
as
to
a
the fingerprint
smartphone
sensor
trend?
on top
Because
of the
that
shell.
seems to
This
change every
wasn't a
like
great
3-4
sensor by
years.
any means, but
No,
first
that's just people who
iterations
want to run
rarely
Linux on
are. And what
everything.
seemed like
I
a
don't think
niche
that
feature
counts.
a decade ago is now table stakes in nearly
It's
every
like
smartphone
we
on
had,
the market. Also, way
like,
ahead of its time,
Firefox
was the
OS,
QHD
Jellyfish.
display, coming years before
We had
Quad HD
Yola,
became
like
commonplace
Sister
in
Rose
other
mentioned. We
phones,
had
and,
the
wait, I'm being
Ubuntu.
informed that the Q in this phone's display
Ubuntu
spec
Touch.
actually stood for quarter
We had
HD,
the Pine
that's
phone, which seemed to
960
do
by
okay until they
540.
dropped all
Well,
but one of
nevertheless,
the
the
distros,
TFT
and then I
panel
think
on this
people
phone was by all means
stopped
fine for
liking
the
that
time.
phone.
Yeah,
And it
Ubuntu's
looks
still going
pretty
in
all right
Pine
even
phone.
though
I want
No,
a
that's
Pine
a
phone.
separate
wouldn't
Ubuntu Touch is a
particularly
separate
recommend trying to
community
use
ran
this
project,
screen
not
outdoors. It's
produced
just
at all
not
by
terribly
Canonical.
bright.
Oh wow. Okay.
Here's
They
the
have-
thing, though.
Canonical
if you
has
didn't
nothing to
love
do with
the
that project
screen or
anymore.
felt like it was a bit
Here it
too
is.
cramped
Here's the
to
stupid-
comfortably
here's the
type out an
stupid
essay,
favorite part about
you
this
could
thing.
dock the Atrix into an optional lap dock accessory that instantly turned the phone into the brain behind a relatively thin and light laptop.
So it's a netbook
As
now.
a 16-year-old kid in early 2011, this was insanely cool to me, and as a 26-year-old today, well, it's still really cool. We've seen other executions of this idea from companies like Asus and even Samsung in a way through DeX, but back then there was nothing like this, and my desire for a laptop
Microsoft had
was
a dock
outweighed
that they
only
sold
by my
with
lack of funds
certain
to
Windows Phone,
buy
right?
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a
See,
coworker
Motorola
who bought
charged
the Nokia
$500
Lumia.
at
I think
launch
it was
for
like
this
the
empty shell of
950,
a laptop.
right? Or was it the
Considering
1050?
the Atrix itself was only $200 on contract with AT&T back when people were still buying phones on contract, it's no surprise that
people
the
still do
laptop
that.
undersold
What do you mean
and
back
was able
when
to pick
people
one up
were.
on
They're
eBay for
still
about
doing that.
$80. Still, I was excited to finally get to experience the laptop
You
a
see for something
decade
type
later.
on something-
But
like,
once
it
I
makes
fired up
sense,
the
but
Atrix,
also-
I ran into a few
Oh, God.
setbacks. At the time, the Android 2.2 platform, later updated
I mean,
to
I would
2.3
say,
Gingerbread, felt modern and
like,
fresh.
the
but
problem is
even in
that the software
2011,
is not
the
good.
company's Moto Blur software overlay was a bit of a disaster.
Oh, Moto Blur
It gets
sucked.
even worse in 2021 though, because you need to sign into your Moto Blur account to even get past the setup screen.
Oh no.
Well, that's fine, I figured. I had a Moto Blur account at one point, so I was just gonna reset the password and be on my way.
I had it at one point?
You can probably guess where this is going. Moto Blur hasn't existed in years, and neither have its servers, which means you can't sign in, you can't reset your password, and you can't create a new account. I was
Good job,
pretty
Motorola.
determined at this point to get into the phone anyway, though, so with some help from my friend Sam Contreras, we found a way to bypass the Moto Blur prompt. So here's this whole convoluted process. First, you have to take out the battery. You put it back in, you press and hold volume down and power, and let the phone boot into its little fast boot
boot
system.
mode.
So you get here, you wait until you get past
Dual
there you
core
go.
technology.
Go all the way down
Oh, yeah.
until you
No, every single Motorola phone that had dual core 1 gigahertz processors in it had that boot screen.
God, that's cringe.
get
That's so
to
terrible.
boot in.
You say that when all the Motorola phones were on Verizon and had that stupid Droid had the Droid moniker to them.
Droid was stupid, but at least it like had a purpose, which was it was Verizon's brand.
Fine from
To
there.
get a Droid phone, you had to buy it
Every
from
single
Verizon.
time.
Right.
So here it is, Moto Blur in all its glory.
Moto Blur sucked.
I'm getting a wave of nostalgia just swiping through the interface.
Oh my
And
God,
I'm
was that a
remembering details
Blockbuster
like
app
these
on the
ugly
phone?
icons and the feeling of using
Probably.
capacitive buttons.
Yo.
Go back.
And-
Let's
wait,
see.
what just
Not.
happened?
No, I saw it. It was
For
there.
whatever reason, when bypassing the Moto Blur login screens, the Atrix refuses to stay on for more than a minute or two at a time before it restarts and inexplicably disables the swipe to unlock portion of the lock screen. The only solution I've found was the same bypass method from earlier. Take the battery out, reinsert it, hold power and volume down to access a special menu, choose boot Android no BP, and squeeze out another minute or two of nostalgia.
Remember when the old Android texting
In that
app
time,
had
I
just
was
like a
at least
smiling
able
face?
to grab a few snaps from the
It was very
camera,
cute.
and, well, cameras weren't great back then. I don't know what you're expecting. Images were hilariously grainy and dark compared to
Oh, that
modern
animation is
phones,
crunchy.
and you had to use separate apps to
Project
capture
Butter
photos and
didn't come
videos.
fast enough.
Blockbuster.
Still, I was thankful at the time that this phone even had a front camera, something my previous
It shoots at
HTC Inspire had
VGA
lacked.
resolution.
Now, because of these software issues, I didn't get much of a chance to finally try the lapdog after all. But this was at least an opportunity to check out the hardware, which feels shockingly nice even by today's standards. The keyboard is satisfyingly clicky and honestly
cutie.
feels better than my 2018 MacBook Pro's keyboard.
She could have meant
which
both of us, I'm
isn't
not sure.
really saying
I don't know.
much. And the trackpad is reasonably
take credit.
spacious as well.
Okay.
On the back, you get dual USB-A ports next to the barrel connector for charging, and the left
How
half
would you
flips
use
up to
USB-A
reveal the
port
micro
for?
USB. and
Although the
HDMI
funny thing is
connector
that-
to slot the Atrix on.
The funny thing is that because those are standard, you can just like put a pie in it. I'm pretty sure I've seen people just
yeah,
put a
and
pie
speak
in it.
too.
If
There's
well,
a
I
bit
don't
of
know if
give
it
to
needs
the
drivers
chassis if you're a
though.
Oh, no, it
particularly
doesn't. It's
heavy
USB.
typist, but really, I'd say that my only major
Oh, it's
complaint
just
with the hardware
a
is that the
USB
screen doesn't-
controller.
It's USB.
hub.
It's a USB hub and then HDMI for the display. That's it.
Oh yeah, then yeah, you could
Built
do
back
some weird
quite
makeup.
far
I have seen people do
Motorola,
it.
if you're
As a
listening,
certified
planning
keyboard
to
snob,
have
it looks
10th
terrible.
anniversary
As someone who
Atrix,
has a $500
first off,
Alice
you're a few
keyboard,
months late to the game, but
Yeah.
secondly, there's your tip.
it does look like garbage.
I guess.
Put a pie in it? Oh, I meant like put a Raspberry Pi. Hold on. Yeah, see? Look. I knew it. People have...
Yeah, they.
Oh my
they
God, Raspberry... Look.
Yeah, for Yuri, for context, a Raspberry
And
Pi
they
is
go
a
into-
small little Linux
As
computer
opposed to
the
going
size
right
of a
up to
credit
what's
card.
it, 1400.
Oh my God, they put a tiny... They put a W in here.
Bad at the back.
Oh, it's gonna run terrible.
That sort of configuration.
Doggles for days!
Eat your heart out, 2016 MacBook Pros.
You know the part that's actually kind of cool though is that it very clearly the laptop has a battery in it, so it's powering the Pi and also using that for the USB connection. That's kind of cool.
Incredible.
That's cool. And then this is just funny.
I think, is livable with. You could certainly, if we had it.
I remember
with
at
that shorter
Kickstarter,
cable,
I
that
almost
shared
backed for a
configuration was-
company that had a similar idea to this, where you'd install an app on your phone and then you would hook it in, and it would somehow run like a weird Android stretched out to the screen, and then they pivoted to like supporting Samsung users exclusively for DeX.
See that I've got 5 lights on the back.
Now I'm thinking, how expensive is this, and can I make one for fun?
Please, Alma, don't. It's such a waste of
No,
money.
shut up. I'm
You
checking.
have so many laptops
Shut
already.
up.
I've seen them.
Shut up. Oh, okay, that's too expensive.
Yeah.
Raspberry Pi compatible.
For parts only.
For parts
I guess
only.
if you wanted to go hard,
$80, $70
$14 for just parts is actually not bad.
Okay, the more that I'm thinking about it, if it's basically just a display, this might be worth it.
I feel like you could hack together a better cyber deck than this if you really wanted to.
I'm not buying it, but it's still it's funny though. Anyway, next
HD
video.
VHS tapes. I love this video.
From Mr. Tech Tips himself.
I feel like TechBone would probably make a video on this standard.
I believe he already did.
You ever seen one of these? Me neither. But for a short period of time in the early 2000s, you could actually build out a high-definition
what were they
home
thinking when they
theater
made that
using
cover art for the
digital
Hurricane?
VHS or
I don't know.
DVHS cassette tapes.
Denzel Washington would have sold it.
1080i
Well,
rather than
you know,
1080p.
maybe.
But come on, this was 2002, all right?
Wait, what the fuck is this? 1.85 by 1?
A lot of movies, especially in the VHS era, had their aspect ratios of
Why is
printed
this
on there.
No, why is this not like a normal number?
Because that's what theaters use. I know it's weird. That's just how the movie industry works.
I thought it was like 21 by 9.
It is.
Then what's this?
There's more than one ways to write that ratio.
Fraction?
That's how the movie theaters use it. They do it in like 1.85 point, like 1. You should have watched the noodle aspect ratio video I sent you a while back.
Math sucks. Ratios suck. I hate this.
You were just watching a video about True North.
Shut up.
1080i rather than 1080p. But come on,
I haven't
this
seen you
was
make the Engie face
2002,
before.
all
I like it.
And
It's cute.
besides, that's still
I don't use my expressions a lot because my face is honestly pretty expressive to begin with.
Double DVD. It's actually even on par with some early Blu-ray.
Math rules and you have
So we spent the last 2 years.
Okay,
and
you're
over
right. Math rules. I do have bad
$1,000
taste. I admit.
Going back in time.
I remember an edutainment game I had in my first grade class where the antagonists say that they hate math. I think it was a game called I Love Math or something like that.
Did you know that some plasma TVs have FireWire input? Well, I sure didn't, which is why we had to buy 2 of them when we bought them.
That's actually really cool because you could hook up a camera to it, I'm sure.
Finally got everything working, and we can tell you once.
You could, in theory, hook up an iMac to
Any
it.
good? And why did it
Probably
fail?
couldn't use it as a
and
display,
who's our
but-
sponsor? Origin PC. Origin PC is offering
I'll
Black
just leave
Friday
this
deals on
happening.
their award-winning systems. Get $500 off a Corsair Voyager Origin Edition or an
Did
exclusive
I tell you
peripherals bundle when
about
purchasing a
the
custom
PC I was
desktop
building with
using the link down below.
my roommate?
Our first challenge was finding a movie that was available across
where
every format
she
we
was
wanted
just
to compare.
like,
All of them had an
seeing and
identical
helping me
2-hour
build it was like, I don't want to
runtimes.
ever
The
build my
biggest
own
difference
PC.
between these
Valid.
versions of the
Build it for
Hurricane
me or
starring
buy
Denzel
me a
Washington
pre-built
is of
or a
course
service that
the
will build it for
resolution
me.
that they play.
Honestly,
Like the Hurricane, right? It's
Yeah.
Like your favorite movie of all time?
I have the biggest collection of the Hurricane films of anyone I know.
oh man, is Gex there?
We've got VHS, which outputs at 240i, DVD, which outputs at 480p widescreen, DVHS, which outputs at 1080i with Dolby Digital 5.1 surround, and of course Blu-ray, which does full HD 1080p. I have to confess, until
and you
this
can also
was
do
brought up in a writers
7.81
meeting
or
2 years ago,
7.1
I had
surround
no
sound where you
idea
can
that this
do
format
Dolby
ever
Atmos.
existed.
There's also 4K Blu-rays.
But it's really
Some are actually just
impressive.
2K. but
It'll do up to 20
Are they calling Hans Gruber's Country the?
over double the bit rate of DVD. And because it uses the exact same form factor as traditional VHS,
So
the
this is
players
technically
are
a
actually
digital
backwards
standard.
compatible. so they can play both DVHS
Which
tapes
is
and
fucking
regular
weird
VHS tapes.
to think about for
Of course,
magnetic
the
tape.
tapes are not quite exactly.
The more I think about it, the more I realize that
looks
magnetic
pretty
tape is in fact just
So it's just these tiny little
eternal.
things. Aside from being like
Yeah,
one
well,
is
it's just a
digital
medium,
and one
I
is
guess.
analog.
It's a really
the
good
way that
medium.
Right.
The
I guess
VHS
that's
standard,
probably
it was
worth
just
explaining how you
at a
can
time
put
when digital
data
tech
onto
like
a
that
magnetic
wasn't
tape. If
practical
you
in
think
the
about
consumer
it's
space.
not that different from how you can record data to a spinning disc in either
Kinda
an
like how
analog or
Laserdisc
digital format.
and,
So a
CDs
record
were
is a spinning
technically
piece of
analog.
plastic with little analog bumps in it, while a CD
Yeah.
still has the exact same bumps, but they're digitally encoded data, which makes it much more efficient. And in fact, tape is still very widely in use today in the data center.
It's just real slow.
Do you know if the film itself, like the tape film, is different? Looks thinner, maybe?
Yeah, just pull it out, right? What's the worst that could happen? In the DVHS,
Yeet it.
there's more.
You can put it back together. You
Might
just need
be
a
thinner.
screwdriver.
I don't know, but there's definitely.
Or like a pencil.
Well,
in there.
or your
there's
hands.
Probably a nice VCR.
There's a potential to
This thing
damage
is
it.
like top of the line for when it came out.
I mean, I guess
Look
true.
at this remote. iPod, eat your heart out.
Yo.
Wheel.
This bad boy outputs a maximum resolution of 1080i.
The iPod
features
Touch was
active
actually based
cooling,
off of
and most
a Philips
importantly,
phone.
Got the D theater logo.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's
Or not,
very
maybe it wasn't
important.
Philips,
That
but
means it can
a
play
home
D theater
phone that
tapes. And in
one of
D
the
theater mode,
Apple
it
executives
actually runs
had,
at
and he thought it was a good
high
interface
speed
for the
instead of
iPod.
standard play.
It's more data, and it has to get through it faster to actually
Dan's
read
brings me
it
back,
properly.
yeah.
That's sick.
The most important thing, though, is that it has iLink FireWire output. We will explain more about that later. First, we need to talk about our TV. It might be a flat panel, but this 1280 by 768 plasma weighs over 100 pounds. And
Oh, what the
no big
hell?
include its gigantic
Plasma TVs were heavy.
50-inch
They were.
It's integrated
Partially-
carrying handles, and
It has
it's support
candle-
for iLink FireWire input. Again, more on that later. First, we watch.
Okay, when I first set up DVHS and put it in, I was like, oh, this doesn't look that good. But then I put the VHS in, and oh
Didn't
my
plasma
God,
at
I
the
forgot
time
how
have like,
bad it looks.
what was it, better
Great.
contrast
I mean,
or something?
I don't remember
Better
having a
black
problem
light.
with
It could do
but then
true
again,
blacks
I
at a
spent
time when
most of my
LCDs
VHS
couldn't even
watching
come
years
close.
Yeah, that's what it was.
watching
It was true.
screen
It had true
literally
blacks,
12
yeah.
inches.
Your only
I had
other
one of
option
those
was going back to
little, ones in my
CRTs.
room that
Yep.
had the
And you're
little
not getting
VHS
color.
I know
Yeah.
exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. The other only problem was one is expensive, the tech didn't scale, and
I
also
thought you had to go farther back
it was susceptible to
find
burn-in.
problematic elements
I know a lot of the problems
of
OLED
film
has now.
technology.
Yeah.
But people with dark skin in this movie, they do not get captured properly.
No, the contrast
Yeah.
looks terrible.
Yeah.
Even the color here, it's all like just really.
Part of
washed
that,
out and
depending on when this
bland.
filmed, may
It
have just
should be
been
noted that
how
this might not
Hollywood
be
was doing
properly
things back then.
representative of the experience of playing back this.
There was also the
VHS tape
thing
when it was
about
brand
tape
new.
being.
The rated
Like I hear,
lifespan
who's this
of a
wiener
tape that's
talking
being
over my
stored
learning?
correctly
Explain
is
yourself,
25
wiener.
years. Assuming it made it the full 25
Yes.
years, we should be in good shape. But it could have degraded. over time.
Yeah.
I'm
but then when we
Brandon,
pause
hi.
And it's not moving. You
Hi,
can see
Brandon.
how bad like the stair stepping and stuff is on everything. I can barely read
When I
that
said
line
black,
caption
I
on
meant
me,
the
but,
color.
like, I can
Listen,
understand
there's a
what
lot of
black-
reasons.
Oh yeah.
But there's a ton of detail.
Color. That's why I said
just
color
not
contrast.
here, but is present when
To
we
be
watch content on like
very
4K
specific.
Blu-ray, or even just like a Netflix stream or something like that.
Oh yeah. It's time to go HD. No.
Please be good. Oh my
Should
god.
be an iLink now. Let me check.
Oh, it's definitely an iLink, Ploof. You can't tell.
No, I know.
Oh,
I
that
know.
looks so
I
good.
just want to make sure it's not going over RCA. Just double check.
It's not. Just to have a seat. It's not. Wow.
It's pretty crazy, huh? The dynamic range is like wild.
I just got an ad of how I shouldn't do my
This
taxes.
would have made my eyes fall out of my sockets in
Do tell.
2002.
Right?
Don't.
A lot of these, they even had something similar to a chapter select. Wow. Yeah, with like a menu and
Wow,
everything.
they had
So you
chapter
could,
select on it.
Techmoan showed it off in their video.
Wow.
But I couldn't get it to work on this.
This looks.
Yeah, it's all.
I know. There are problems
Yeah.
though. If I hit pause, for example.
The color
because
is
it's high
amazing
speed,
though.
But then play
Okay, that
takes a second to kick back. And the problem is it's still counting up. Give it a sec, it'll go.
okay.
But see, we're completely gone from that one scene. So pausing
that
and
stinks.
playing was not
But look how clear that
Oh, that
text
sucks, but
past it.
I know. The only thing that really tripped me up when watching this was the amount of film grain you can see.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Any HD movie back then was shot on film, right? It's not like we had red digital cinema cameras. Okay, my family didn't have money, right? So like in the early 2000s, I didn't even know anybody who had a TV like this.
We were stoked to get flat screen CRTs, you know?
I just saw a commercial where they put Kraft cheese on a pie.
Ooh, spicy.
I've seen that.
If
There are
you
people put
told
cheese
me
on like apple
that
pie.
This was just
Oh yeah, cheese on apple pie. That is a thing.
Sure.
Like obviously I can tell it's not
I don't get it, but it's a thing people do.
For a short period there, plasma TVs were super in demand when you
Oh, yeah.
couldn't get anything with good blacks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
I
haven't
forgot
seen a TV in
about
a while.
that.
It actually looks a lot better than I expected, and that's when I originally discovered that this was not.
I really need to use expressions more. They're fun.
I can already tell this is a noticeably softer image.
It does look worse.
Yeah, it looks way worse.
The
It looks
color
way better
reproduction
than
on this is
VHS.
better.
That's the thing.
You don't get that obvious
Very common for pubs who
stair-stepping
have big
all
ones.
over the image.
I don't think it looks way
But
worse.
look, everything from the top of his hair to the bottom of the frame.
I want to go to
completely
your pubs
crushed.
because when
You
I was growing up in
entirely
the
lose
2000s, all the
detail in
restaurants
his
I had
face.
to had
He might
fucking
be
CRTs
acting,
that
but
if
we
they
have
fell off
no
their
idea
holders would
because
kill
the
someone.
color depth is not good enough.
To be fair, any TV hanging from a ceiling would kill
Double
someone.
the bit rate gets you. It's not all about resolution.
feel like a
And you
lot of
see
the newer
blocking in the
TVs,
sky as
it
well.
would
Like,
just
okay,
hurt you
pause
really
is not
bad.
fair, but let's put it in motion.
Versus a 50-pound
not as
CRT.
Not as bad in motion.
I mean, maybe. Well, no.
that contrast,
With the
that
CRT, you'll
dynamic
die
range
immediately. With the
sucks.
new tech, you'll just die from poisoning by the stuff
Any
getting in your
surface
blood.
with texture.
Oh yeah.
I
It's
do
just
know what's in a
a
CRT
blocky,
tube. The stuff in a
smeary
CRT tube is so much worse than an
Going from
LCD or an
VHS
OLED.
to
Okay, yeah, you're
DVD
right.
Was already such a step.
It's electricity.
For the additional.
No, I'm talking about the gas in the tube.
Oh
You
yeah.
already bought a DVD.
That's
player
so much
to get
worse
480p.
than just like the
You wanna
solids
shell
that
out
are
even
in
more
or the
to get
liquids in a
D-Theater player,
LCD.
To go back
yeah.
to VHS.
Back when DVHS first came out, before D-Theater, the players actually started at around $2,000 US.
We'll put in the Blu-ray on the same player. We got our fancy Panasonic. Yeah, this is the one we used for 4K Blu-ray. Yeah. So this is better.
Now with OLED, that's
I
pretty
don't
safe.
know
Yeah.
if that's better than the DVHS. It might not be as good of a master. There is.
Oh, this
so
master
much
is
film
terrible.
Totally.
I don't know if it looks better at all.
No, I don't think it does. No. Then the DVD, yeah. Then the VHS.
Is the glass shard that will
then the
tear you apart if it
DVHS?
breaks
No.
on your head?
Maybe if we
Yeah.
had more degradation on our DVHS, we'd think that it looks better. But I mean, the reality is not a lot of people are buying those. So we don't have to rewind anything.
Yeah.
I'd say part of the
Fast
problem
forward,
with
chapter
why the
select,
Blu-ray might not look
scene
as good is
skipping
the
in general
mastering.
can just
Yeah,
be
the
so
mastering's
for it
ass.
to go.
Yeah.
Like the color, like
Oh, look how
the like
blown out
from before, the
that guy-
colors
oh,
were
God.
super
That was
crushed.
Let's go back to D-Theater for a sec. I don't know which master copy of this film was used to create the Blu-ray, but whatever it was actually could have also degraded, perhaps even to a greater degree than our D-Theater tape. It is
This is part of
possible
why,
for a
like,
superior
I know that,
format
like, the
of movie
TV
and a Blu-ray to
TV
look
archival
worse
groups,
in some ways than an
they-
inferior format.
they
of
will,
the
like,
same movie.
seek out things like
Sometimes when they're
D-Theater
upscaling an older
copies
film,
to
they'll
convert,
actually process it in a
and
way
rip,
that film enthusiasts
because it's a
feel
superior
degrades the
capture than,
experience.
you know,
Rewind. One thing I like.
like
Seas
a
of the
TV
Bees were
recording.
terrible before
Rewind.
2000.
Going, let me grab
Wait a
this
minute.
frame. Let me grab this
Yes.
frame rather than.
I bought a
"Let me
Masters
read
album
this
from the Beatles in
extremely
2009. I'm a little bit worried now. Maybe it sounds like
See, this is too far
ass.
back, I think.
I need to re-listen to
Listen
it.
to this thing go.
Wow. She
Liam appliance
Oh,
advice.
absolutely. You can totally read the text on the book.
Yeah,
it
you
was
really
a little
can.
sharper on the Blu-ray. I think I like this grade better.
I think so too. I think the color pops more.
There's
Look
this huge
how
stuff that are
much more
remastered, so you
detail
probably
you
got
can
the
see
new
in
one.
his face
I
on
will
that
find
graph.
out and listen
This
to
is
it
the
again.
best copy of the Hurricane. What the f? Did you see how much better he looked?
Even when the books right there fall down off the forklift or whatever, they're so vibrant, all of them.
Again, it's not HDR, but this is a really good SDR grade. See, even though he's supposed to be naturally lit, so you have that shadow cast on the side of his face, you can see the detail, you can see his expression, you can see the actors acting. This is actually a better movie. You are capturing more of what's happening. This is a big difference. This is not the result I was expecting today.
Really? You thought you were gonna like crap all over a DVHS?
No, I thought the Blu-ray
The
would be
first movie I ever
obviously
saw with
better,
HR
though.
is Push and
Mastering matters.
Was it a good
more
movie,
than
though?
Resolution at a certain point.
Wait, hold on. Let's read this. Pause it.
Technical.
Okay, go ahead.
We can't technically say that the quality difference has anything to do with the master or its degradation. It's likely that the Blu-ray copy is suffering from increased compression due to its codec and per-frame data requirements. Jesus.
MPEG 2 is less compression intensive. The data requirement of an interlaced data stream are lower per frame halved. We don't know what encoder was used. Blu-ray. MPEG 4 is more efficient codec by design. Data requirements of progressive data stream are higher per frame. 32 megabits per second is not a format limitation, but the bit rate at which the Hurricane is playable at. We don't know what encoder was used. That's super valid.
Color differences are difficult to account for as we neither should have spectrum limitations. It might just come down to compression and how the film noise is treated on the decoder. Huh.
Yeah.
I feel the same rage that I've read on forum posts so many times over the years when a new grade, a new master of a movie comes out, like a treasured movie, and it's like, why? To what end? You
Still
already
sounds like
had a good one.
Yeah, it could
I want
be.
a DVHS collection now.
Oh my God.
The first DVHS player we bought, which cost us over $350
Jesus fucking Christ.
2 years ago when we first started down this rabbit hole, has a big problem. While it does support recording and playback of HD DVHS tapes,
Lune, I feel the
and
same way.
It can output over
I don't
FireWire,
have anything above 1080p on in my house.
tapes. And this is for good reason.
Your
Remember,
phone.
guys, this was 20 years ago.
Shit,
which
you're
means that
right.
technologies we take for granted today didn't exist yet. Like
If you have a new
HDMI.
phone,
And like it or not,
you
one of HDMI's
or a nice
biggest
enough phone,
innovations was HDCP.
it might be more than 1080p.
Copy protection encryption that convinced major film studios to release their content for home viewing. I know. HDCP
I will say,
ain't
I think
exactly a
4K
popular
for a
technology, but
productivity
let me
perspective
explain.
is very
Old school
useful on
analog
larger
interfaces,
monitors.
like
For a media consumption perspective,
could
no.
absolutely carry
No,
an
from a
HD
productivity.
signal.
No, I know. I'm just saying on the
There
other end.
was no way
Oh,
to
yeah.
prevent people
Well,
from
I say
capturing
movies
that
look better,
signal
but that's better
and
on a
recording
television,
it to
not a monitor.
their own tapes.
It's nice on
For
games,
this
but
reason, recording
do you
and
need your
sharing
games to be
bootleg
4K?
VHS tapes
Like,
was
wouldn't you rather
extremely
their
common back in the
graphics
90s.
themselves look
Great
better
for
or the
consumers,
frame rate be better?
Bad for movie studios.
Love watching
Having
me in
gone through that
4K.
experience,
Maybe I should do
the
that.
industry resolved to never
Please
repeat
know
See how
the
bad it
compression
is.
failed in their
artifacting would be
attempts to
awful.
outlaw media copying devices so far, but they had some
I like
other
1440.
ideas.
Yeah, 1440p is a good sweet spot
That
because
even if
it's
people could watch standard
720
bootleg
20
movies
yeah,
on
720 by 2.
for next to free, they could use innovations like high definition picture and surround sound to motivate viewers to go to the movie theater instead. Which
I
is,
really
of
people
course,
like, why
where they
don't
got
they
the
make a
majority
4K
of the
switch?
revenue.
Well, no.
Early generation DVDs
Rose, it's because they have no
1998,
damn
they could
clue
be
what
used
they're
for
talking about.
Recording and playing back TV broadcasts in high definition, and they could be used for watching
Like,
movies,
surprise, surprise, gamers have no idea what they're talking
VHS
about.
movies were supported
Also,
because
like,
the major film
display
studios
companies'
refused
marketing
to release their
always,
films
like,
on DVHS.
been
can
based on
only
specs and numbers
imagine
and never
how
on, like,
frustrating that must
what
have
the
been
consumer
for
actually
enthusiasts at the
needs.
time, okay?
Like,
Which
a
raises
perfect
some
example
questions.
is
What on
Apple
earth were people
makes
doing with
5K
these
monitors
things?
at 27-inch. Guess who else does that?
We've got some
Fucking
idea.
nobody.
There was a VHS tape actually
Why?
inside
Because
this player
4K
when
is
we bought
cheaper,
it. Let's
and
take a look,
people
shall
hear
we?
4K and they
This
go
looks good, though.
swipe
Ooh,
face.
really good.
The quality is impressive.
Something to note is
do
that
But
even though
5K is
HD
better if you
broadcasts
want
were
like
not
a quote
particularly
retina
common in the
display
US at the
at
time,
27
that
inches.
doesn't mean
You
that
cannot
there
see
was
the
no use
pixels.
for
You
these
can
things.
at
In
4K.
other regions, particularly in Japan, they were. Wait, what is this?
It's the Victoria's Secret catalog from 2008.
Can we watch
What were
anime?
people doing with this?
Recording whatever they could in the highest definition possible.
Recording softcore porn on cable wasn't the only use for it, though.
There were a
I
lot
like
of
he just
YouTube
calls it what
broadcasts
it
back
is.
then. So
He
one
is-
guy would actually
he's
follow
right,
a
though.
local station that would do IMAX releases. They'd broadcast them, he'd record them on his DVHS player, and then play them back.
Corrected for
Yo,
inflation,
piracy.
Early DVHS players cost over $2,000 today dollars. The only people buying into this ecosystem were obviously
$2,000.
willing to go to
Oy, oy.
great lengths to get the most out of their home.
I feel like that's something my dad would buy
By the
today.
way.
This would be like some pro.
Has now.
This would be like some prosumer shit right now, wouldn't it?
Media as DVHS,
This is the
but
thing that
this
people who
time
have
with
home
support
theaters
for
in their home
encryption.
buy.
And that's
Yeah.
the anti-copying film
Also,
industry
to be fair,
That
my
is why
my uncle who has a home theater setup had Laserdisc, but
or FireWire connector. Our
Yeah.
DVHS player came out
Like, this
before
was-
HDMI and HDCP, so the only option
When
was
everyone
to
was looking
output
for the next best
SD,
thing after
standard
DVD came
definition,
out,
or
and
to output
mopped the floor with
HD over
VHS
that
and
encrypted
Laserdisc.
FireWire output. And you might think, well, no problem. You could just
how many
convert that
memes
to
do you think were
HDMI,
made in
right?
4K?
But
As many?
because only about 90 films
Not a
ever made
lot.
it to D Theater. The last was iRobot, released in 2004.
Nice.
There's been very little
iRobot.
demand for products that can convert these weird FireWire
I like
boxes
iRobot.
to modern standards. And
The
while
movie?
there are
Yeah.
FireWire capture cards,
I think it's
again,
solid. I think
due
it
to
has
the
problems, but I
obscurity
think
of
it's
the
an
tech,
enjoyable
I'm not
film.
aware of any that can defeat the encryption that was used by D Theater.
My favorite part was when Will
Apparently,
Smith's
D
character
Theater
was
players
fighting on a car, and the car kept telling it, "You are in an accident."
DVHS was on its way out the door, so I suspect that
And he was like-
That was
those
the
units are
robot
probably
saying
holding
that,
on
not
to
the
them
car.
until
No, it was the car saying that.
And who can blame them, especially
memory's
knowing
bad.
what we know now about
I'll find
how
the scene because I
good
remember it, and it's really
D-Theater
funny.
Releases were. So with that in mind, why did it fail? First of all, the movie execs got one big thing wrong. People didn't care about high definition nearly as much as they thought. Certainly not enough to overcome the cost, space, durability, and convenience advantages that DVD had over D Theater. Would you rather have a slightly sharper picture or a movie you don't have to rewind? Factoring in that this one has a player that costs over $1,000. Another major problem for D Theater is that HD DVD and Blu-ray, the ultimate winner of the high-def format war, were just around the corner, promising even more better image quality.
Why don't people use D Theater as a euphemism for dick pics?
Because most people don't have a projector to view said dick pics on.
No, it's not that it's a dick pic. It's higher quality. It's D Theater now.
I'm sure like people can who are asked for those more often than I could potentially get that trend started.
You're right. I might need to ask Tane.
With all the same
I have no
advantages
idea if that's
of
true. That was a
DVD.
dumb joke.
And then when Sony aggressively pushed
You might have
Blu-ray
to ask
dominance
why.
by including
Tane?
playback capabilities with the PlayStation 3 in 2006, nothing else ever.
In a microscope.
Yeah, but yeah, you might have to check to see if
Avoiding
that's
this
true.
message from our sponsor.
I don't.
Thunder.
I
If you're
said
looking
it as a
for a
joke because I know.
No, I
people
get you.
simp
I get
over.
you. I get you. I could open up a new tab and check to see if that's
Okay,
a
hold on.
thing that
Let's-
she
let's
does.
just- Hold on. Let's.
I don't know if we should watch this on stream.
Yeah, there. It's this scene.
Alma, you don't want to watch this on stream. I'm just saying.
Okay, we're not gonna watch it. We're gonna.
I will just.
We're gonna.
I will take.
We're
I
gonna
will
watch.
take-
We're gonna watch the preview that's in the thumbnail of the video.
Okay.
See,
Okay.
I think it's funny.
Anyway,
Also, the audio is dope as hell.
why does somebody have that?
It was a cool.
That's a real card that they made and sold.
Oh no, it was a concept car.
Oh.
This was made as a concept car. Oh,
Anyway.
this is a video from from a Danger Boy, William Osmond.
Danger.
I built a phone you can't drop. Oh no.
2, 1. Oh. This video is about phones. My name is William Osmond.
Danger.
I'm an engineer who used to work at
He's
NASA.
wearing the
And
Crocs
last
with the
year, I
socks.
dropped my
Let's
phone
go.
435 times. That's
How?
1.197808219 times per day.
Oh, sponsored by
What can
Pixel
I
7.
say?
Look at that.
I'm a clumsy guy. The reason it's a problem is because this video is sponsored by Google Pixel. And this is the brand new Google Pixel 7 Pro. And they only gave me one rule.
I made that as a
Don't
joke.
break it. Last year, my phone spent over 3 minutes in freefall. I'm extremely concerned. The total distance fallen is over 1/4 mile. This is the actual number of times my phone smashed into the ground last year. Really loud. Ah, my ears. I have to figure out a way to protect this phone because I cannot, under any circumstances, destroy it. I asked you guys for ideas because I could only come up with one, and it's not that good. I used all my good ideas at my last job. You guys submitted 5,500 ideas, which is a ton of ideas, until I realized that it's actually the same 6 ideas over and over and over again. What is a yo-yo phone? I Googled it, and I have no idea what a yo-yo phone is. Is this how old people feel all the time? Retractable phone cable. I'll take my phone to my hand.
It works.
Oh. Rocket phone. I like that. I like that idea. Let's make a rocket phone. Also, this isn't the real phone.
Yo-Yo Ma uses.
This is
You're
my
right.
crash test dummy. And this is my little rocket. And these are rocket motors. Take one of these.
I feel yo-yo phone and retractable keychain phone are the same thing.
I should open
No,
this.
well,
Shove it
with
up
yo-yo phone,
into
you could
here.
do cool
Just
tricks
get
with
it
it.
off.
You could like
One
walk
second.
the dog. Actually, no, you wouldn't want to walk the dog. You could do the. I don't know what tricks are in the. Someone name a yo-yo trick. London Bridge?
Fire in the hole!
Eiffel Tower. That's a trick.
Cat's Cradle.
Magooter from Guilty Gear
Jesus
phone.
Christ,
Right.
that's fucking horrifying.
Yeah, let's just use an indoor rocket inside.
This man works for NASA.
Worked for
That was
NASA.
awesome. Rockets
He has
are
Crocs,
normally used to make
sandals,
things
He owns-
go
socks.
up,
It's
but the
even
same
worse.
physics
He owns a battle
applies
bot.
to things that are going down.
Which one?
To make
Red
them
Devil.
not go
I
down
don't think I've seen that one.
as much.
Yeah, I can see why he's no longer there.
What I'm trying to say is I think we need a bigger rocket.
I need to find the Vsauce music and like add it as a sound redeem or something.
For all of us. This is first test of the rocket phone. I'm just gonna drop it and ignite it at the same time. 3, 2, 1.
No one got in his face.
Yeah, that's how I imagine. At least.
Well, that could have gone worse.
Jeez.
God, it smells like crap in here. The good news is that
He
it
had a
did
yeah,
have
he
an
did have a
effect.
cameo
The
in
bad
Dad.
news
You're
is
right.
The phone is completely
and Scott
destroyed.
DeWaz had a
It could've been
cameo in
worse.
Dad.
We did get a positive result. Let's check the damage.
I don't
Hurt
think you've
some of
ever
these
actually watched a
plastic bags
Vsauce
over
video.
here. It melted a hole in my safety jacket. Very
Oh my
intense
God, I
series of
have.
skid marks on the ground. Very similar to my old family dog. I can tell you that the phone is broken though. You see that little red indicator right there? See it? You see the red line right here? I built this crash test dummy by measuring the height, width, and thickness of the phone with my caliper, and then 3D printed this model of it. On the back side, there's a cavity for this shock sensor that's commonly
Why
used
is he
for
doing this in the
shipping
garage
packages.
instead of
Put
outside?
that into here, and if
Because
either
it's
of those
easier
bars
to
is
record.
red, it means the phone experienced an impact greater than 5 Gs. It's pretty cool, right? How about you guys help me come up with a name for this spot right here down in the comments below? If you're curious how the detector works, so am I. So I printed out the patent. But then I realized that we don't need no stinking patent. Because we've got macro mode. This is an amazing feature of the new Pixel. You can see that this sensor has a weight and these little plastic filaments. And on little impacts, it moves a little bit, but then it resets. But on a large impact, it pushes just too far down and it latches into place.
Wait,
Matt,
Elias, what
turns
joke?
out that one of the small rocket motors is actually perfect size for this. Let's see if the small rocket motor can protect the phone from a fall. 3, 2, 1.
It did a
Oh
flip.
my God. Wait, that actually kind of worked. No
It's
way.
the spot that measures G-forces. Oh!
Still triggered. The sensor broke the screen a little bit.
Oh, that one took me a minute.
You can see
That's
it slowing down.
that's
It
an
comes to a
advanced
complete
joke.
stop, and then the
I
motor
couldn't
just
find
got
it.
a bit too much power after the fact, but you can see it comes to a stop about 15 inches above the ground. This is the back angle. It flips and then smacks into the ground. Still pretty hard, but it's much better than the first rocket.
I lost a viewer because of that.
I can't shake the feeling that you guys are trying to kill me. Maybe we try something a little bit less lethal. What are our other ideas? Yo-yo phone. God! I feel like people are just plagiarizing each other.
I'd have found
It's
if you
not
put,
a
like,
unique
3
enough
big
idea.
pictures.
Like there's no way you're
Yeah,
not
true,
copying
you're
it.
right.
This isn't school. You don't have to leave an answer. God, is that yo-yo phone really? Really? That's what you want? Yo-yo phone. Yo-yo phone. You actually want this? I'll make a yo-yo phone. I'm gonna make a yo-yo phone. You can't stop me now. Now it's my dream.
I really want to see this, and I want to see it work.
I got a yo-yo. I haven't played with one of these in like 15 years. I've probably still got it in me. I used to be the reigning yo-yo champion. They used to say, yo, loser. God, I don't miss those days. Ooh, yeah, wah, yaha, woohoo, woohoo, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Got it. 1, 2.
I love how it broke the hot pocket and how it broke the page, the plate, but not the hot
Your
pocket.
stupid
there
idea,
goes the hot pocket.
my ingenious application of
Almost as good as
yo-yo
Avery, yeah.
phones. 3, 2, 1. It's stuck on my hand. It's too wide. It won't rotate. I can't. Oh, there we go. I got it. Attempt number 2. 3, 2.
I want to see yo-yo phone work.
Woo! It's so bad. I don't understand what I did wrong. Is it off balance? Of course it's off balance. It's 2 phones glued to a yo-yo. All right, next idea.
The town inside me.
Lead engineer. Boingy ball or spring phone first? What is that? Yo-yo phone? You want me to do yo-yo phone? I already did yo-yo phone. I'm not doing yo-yo phone again. All right, I'm doing spring phone first. 3, 2, 1. Oh, that's wicked.
That sort of worked.
It totally worked.
The springs need to be stiffer, but that worked.
3, 2, 1.
E.
Oh my God! What is this, a good idea? This is spring phone from 8 feet in the air. 3, 2, 1, drop.
Oh.
The detector fell out. Do we just do face down now? Like, I guess we have to. 3, 2,
Bruh, it's just
1.
gonna...
Oh, I think we found that.
I heard that.
You hear the sound? Spring phone, except I'm gonna yeet it.
I heard the crunch from that. I hated that.
Spring phone. There's something there. Whoever came up with this idea that I was ragging on, I'm so sorry. You are a genius, a certified genius. I don't have any authority to give you a title like that, but I'll do it. I'm giving it to you anyways. All right, for my next invention, balls. You guys like balls? This one's got a lot of balls. This is gonna be bad. This is such a stupid idea. 3, 2, 1. Well, gotta buy a new GoPro now. It did trigger the 5G drop sensor. Something I've noticed is boingy balls have got a sort of mucus on them. I think the hot glue is not sticking super well to it. So let's just go higher. Boingy ball from super high in the air, maybe like 8 feet. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, it's like reactive armor. You're just gonna have segments exploding off. For this throw, my motivation is gonna be, I'm Mark Rober, and the president just texted me saying I'm not allowed to play with squirrels anymore. Oh! Woo! Holy God! It's gone. Nope, it's not gone. It's right here. What's my verdict? Boingy ball phone case. Let's try something a little bit more less safe.
I like that he has a demonetization sign in the background.
Oh no, that was a
I can't show you the logo because
the demonetization sign was a Halloween outfit. The scariest thing you could do.
Absolutely rancid. This is 20 years of goo buildup.
Ew.
If you do not know what you're doing, don't play with an airbag. How does it work? There's a small explosion inside that they call a gas generator, which generates a bunch of gas and inflates the bag. I think this would work really well for the phone. If it can stop your face, it can stop a phone. This is a good idea. Chelsea, are you ready to see my new invention? Let me show you my new invention. It's an airbag. You're gonna need these.
The neighbors gonna help.
I don't know, we'll find out when it happens.
It's 11.
What are the police gonna do? Stop me? What crime?
How do I adjust these? Don't really fit.
You have to...
Why is everything you have broken?
You wanna press the button?
No.
Babe, you've barely touched any of your button. 3, 2, 1. Did you like that?
No.
That was awesome. Oh, it's warm. That really is not a good smell.
I love that there's a
it's like
sponsor
boiling.
message at the
I'll
bottom.
spit on it. Oh, it smells like spit now.
Why does he have
William, where are you
multiple
getting all these
steering wheels with airbags?
Keep asking questions like that, and you're gonna find yourself at the bottom of a lake. For some reason,
Well, he answered your question.
At the bottom of a lake. Like it's very weird. I don't understand it. It's probably bad for the fish, but I'm doing my duty and I'm collecting them all. Anyways, I hope that answers your question. Oh my God, these things are everywhere. Actually,
Would you get steering wheels without? Yeah, honestly, would you get steering wheels without airbags? It's important.
I'm just surprised that he's able to find ones with intact airbags. And it has so many of them.
$1 and free shipping. I'm gonna lose money. So how's the airbag actually going to save the phone? Well, some of you guys suggested to have a little RC car follow me around. So I went and bought this motorized police car. I thought it was a remote control, but it just drives forwards and backwards on its own. Put the airbag on top of the car, and then it drives around following your phone. Come on, go forward. Go forward! Are we ready, gamers? 3, 2, 1. Interesting.
It threw it into the ceiling.
Oh my god, it's fucked.
Oh, it's like a bag of burnt popcorn.
Phone
let's get
dead.
on this one. Oh wait, the screen.
Well, I always heard
gone?
airbags are hot, but now I know it's hot enough to
Oh, there it
boil
is.
my spit.
Put that back where it belongs. I feel like we should have learned some sort of lesson.
No.
But I can't think of anything.
Good.
I have one more airbag.
Yay.
Did you know you can buy
The lesson is buy a Pixel 7 case from
I used
Google.
it to make an airbag phone case. I took a car airbag and I attached it to a cell phone. But part of me wonders
Phone
what
case?
happens if you're making
Why
a
does he
call
have
and the
skin-colored
airbag
filament?
goes off.
You could buy it online.
Well, I've got my friend here,
Why,
Mr.
though?
Bones, to help us figure that out. Are
Oh,
you
no,
ready?
Mr. Bones.
Konnichiwa. Mr. Bones, you speak Japanese? Well, good news is my Pixel 7 Pro has live translate that allows me to communicate in over 48 different languages.
this is dumb.
私はあなたのために謎々を待っています。
I have riddles waiting for you.
Ah, a riddle. 男性の骨格にない骨はどれか?
Me trying to understand
Not
this.
in the male skeleton.
Nope. A funny bone! Ah! By the way, you're like the fourth Mr. Bones. Most of them don't survive.
That was the Undertale Japanese dub, everybody.
Some swag from catwarehouse.com. Mr. Bones, what's that sound? Hello?
I can't believe they did a Japanese dub of Undertale before the English dub.
I know. His jaw dislocated.
Oh my god. Mr. Bones. Oh god, it smells so bad. Why do I keep walking into the smoke every time? Oh, your hand is completely gone.
Oh, there goes
Here's the phone. Where's the airbag? There's the airbag. Oh my god.
Where's his hand?
Jeez.
Oh, there it is. It's
All
on
right,
the
did the
ground.
phone survive?
The skull just got a tear in it.
No, it didn't. That's a new speed record on how quickly I have dismembered a Mr. Bones. All right, next idea is a drone phone.
Oh no, drone phone.
All right. Welcome to my workbench. I'm going to take you through the painstaking step-by-step process that is required for building a drone phone. Look at that. I've already finished that. It took me 5 seconds to, Jesus. No, what am I doing? Why do people watch these videos? This is my drone
Amazing
phone.
take.
As you can see, it's a phone and a drone. My speed controller is a switch. 3,
Oh my
2, 1. I gotta plug the battery in. Let me just get that in.
At least he keeps his At least he remembers his BattleBot
Right,
safety
drone
practices.
Phone. In 3, 2, 1. Let her rip, baby. Well, this is interesting. Perhaps we've invented a new vehicle. A car.
It's a bristle
But the
bot.
wheels are sideways. Maybe it'll work without the phone in it. God. All right, the drone and phone weighs 232 grams, and it produces 11 grams of thrust, or 10 grams of thrust. God, it sounds like it's dying too. The drone would have
That's
to
like
be an
nothing.
order of magnitude more powerful than the current one. You would literally have a drone with a phone on it, not a phone with a drone on it. A belt with 4 telescoping sticks. So it expands
Oh my
out
god, this
to catch
request was from
the phone
Aaron
falls.
Hansen.
That's ingenious. And they said Einstein was dead?
What?
No, I'm not joking. This is actually a fantastic idea. Who is this man? Aaron. I don't know what you do for a living, but you should quit your job and become an inventor. If you give me your ideas, I'll build them. We'll become rich together. Wood. I need cylinders, pneumatic cylinders, and wood. Where is wood? Right here. Okay, let's get some wood.
Wood. Oh.
I have built it.
What?
And it only took me an entire day. Air valve gets plugged in there, battery gets plugged in, then the high pressure air inlet gets plugged in.
Oh, what's this gonna do? I'm scared.
Ah! I did that backwards. Ow! 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 Oh God, the air pressure is far too high. Oh, I shouldn't have done that.
This feels like a
I shouldn't have done any of this.
Simpsons episode.
But I know something else that I can use.
Can I borrow a dress?
It's a parachute in
Ask
reverse.
for permission. Wait.
You're not putting one of my dresses in there.
Yes, I am. Oh.
I love the solenoid noises.
All right, boys, which dress do we
I
want?
love the solenoid
White,
noise.
maybe?
Oh my gosh.
This one's nice.
I love that dress.
Those are pants. Yeah, I'm gonna borrow this
I
one.
really like
Can I
that
borrow
dress.
this one? Thank you.
Are you gonna ruin it?
I'm gonna wear it. Can my dress catch the Google Pixel 7
Watching a man
Pro?
destroy his
3,
relationship in
2,
real time
1.
for a YouTube sponsorship.
It looks like there's a squid under his dress.
The dress is too tight. Oh, yeah, all right.
Yeah, that's how I feel too, buddy. Just wear a trash bag.
I need a different dress. I need a looser dress. Please help me pick out a dress. Please.
I don't really know,
I
William.
need a dress that the wind will pick up. I've got a different dress. This one stands a little bit more. 3, 2, 1. Why didn't the front go up? Only the back went up. Oh God, it all went up. Ow! Oh! Oh, there's an actual chance this crushes my ball.
It does, in fact,
3,
feel like I'm watching
2,
a Simpsons
1.
sketch. Oh my God, it worked.
It's a little twisted up. I think we gotta work on the deployment. Actually, I don't really want to work on this one anymore. Ow! Would you say yes if I asked you to prom?
Yeah, this really
idea
does
is
seem like a
balloons.
Simpsons machine. A
Balloons.
Simpsons type device.
Balloons.
Especially him just
Balloons.
hurting himself over and
Balloons.
over again.
I've always wanted to work with high pressure gas. In this cartridge is 2,500 psi. 2,500 psi of helium gas.
Oh.
What if we strap this to a cell phone? This is gonna work great.
What the hell?
This is the part where I explain to you in disgustingly minute detail how every single part of this works. And if I even see a single percentage drop in retention, I will show high pressure air tank. That's welded shut. When you screw this all the way down, it punctures it and it releases it into the system through these high pressure fittings. Once the gas is in the system, this is a solenoid valve. When I open this, it'll come through here.
Why
through
don't
this
you just make a
manifold and
strap
into
on the
balloons.
back?
You might have
It's
noticed
too
that these valves
simple.
look
It
very
needs to be
heavy.
funnier.
They are. And that is what this is for. This detaches the phone from the rest of the system. So when it's dropped, it can fill the balloons and evacuate up and away without all this extra weight. The servo motor pulls this little clip out, and that allows the phone to leave. But if the phone
He's
leaves
still
and
using the
balloons are
flash-colored
filled,
3D
move on,
filament,
caveman brain,
printing
the gas
filament.
will just leak out. Well, that's what this white fitting here is for. It's a check valve. Did I put that the right way? I did. Oh God, it's glued down. I hope I did. All right, let's turn it on and see if it explodes. Up and down releases the phone, and left actuates the solenoid for the gas. I'm sure this is gonna go fine. What?
Oh, no.
What the hell was that? What was that? That cartridge cost $20. It didn't work at all? Why did the one balloon fill up and the other one didn't? Why does nothing I make
That is
work
true. But also, I don't risk that.
It always works. It's just, it takes longer than one try.
I don't trust that.
$20 down the drain. I put thread sealer on it this time.
Uh-oh. Where's the leak?
From here? $40! Ah!
I like how when he complains about the video, how much it
Number
costs,
5, I have
you see a little text at the bottom. This video is sponsored by
on
Google
helium.
Pixel.
Wait, that's all? That's not nearly enough. Are you kidding me?
Oh, the failure noise.
PSI. How much gas is in here? 2.4 grams? Is that a lot?
No.
Doesn't sound like a lot.
This is so frustrating. I'm so frustrated right now.
It turns out, even at 2,500 PSI, one of those
You should dip your
disposable
hands in bacon
cartridges
fat,
is
yeah.
only enough gas to fill up one balloon in its entirety. You would need a canister bigger than my head to make it work. You know what? I actually really don't want to do that. I can't believe how well all these ideas are working. A parachute.
Oh, hey, look, there's the parachute idea.
There's a common problem across all these ideas, that they take too long to deploy, except the springs are the bouncy balls that are always active. Dropping your phone from a handheld height doesn't give you a lot of time to determine if the phone is in free fall or if it's just you jumping off of a step or shaking the phone up and down or tossing it into the air gently. How do you determine the difference between someone jumping off a small ledge or throwing their phone onto their bed versus an actual free fall? There's not enough time to safely activate a mechanism, and we've seen the consequences of what happens when it goes off unintentionally. Pretend these eggs are people. People can survive short falls like this, but they can't survive tall falls. Short fall is alive.
Okay.
Tall fall is dead. But the parachute solves all of these problems. If we only focus on the really tall falls, tall enough that you'll die if you were falling off, then we don't have to worry about false positives because they were already going to die. A parachute, a servo to open the parachute, 2 batteries, microprocessor, an accelerometer, and if it's in free fall for greater than half a second, it deploys the parachute by opening the servo. If I drop it from casual texting height,
this is actually
nothing happens. No shoot.
This is the most engineered concept.
It spends over half a second in free fall. The parachute deploys. That means this case can only protect the phone from incredibly high heights. I'm gonna throw it in the air. 3, 2, 1.
Oh! Did it work?
Why? Why? It just worked. What did it? This feels like a fantastic opportunity to share with you guys one of the features of the Pixel 7 Pro. It's called the Magic Eraser. The way the Magic Eraser works, I'm going to take a picture of my shame. One simple step, I can erase my shame. Look at that, it's gone. It's almost as if it never happened.
I feel like at the point if your phone is falling more than 3 feet, I feel like there are more issues. That is very much true, yeah.
Guess how many hours of sleep I got last night? The first one did.
But I want to make sure my phone's good.
Into the ground over and
I will
over
say
again,
if you
but
work,
eventually you
if I
figure it
worked
out.
for a
I think I
construction
figured it out
company
with
as
this.
IT once, I will say in
when I
those
dropped it
situations,
flat. But the
phones
instant
can
I
fall
threw
more
it, it
than
induced
3
a
feet.
spin, and that
But
spin
that's
caused,
even
I
then.
guess.
I want to make sure that they won't recover my phone history if I die and the phone lives.
So I solved it by deciding to drop the phone off a parking structure instead of throwing it in the air.
Oh, this could be
genius.
terrible.
The only difference is this parachute compartment has a piece of plastic that's folded down under the parachute. So when the door opens, it'll spring the parachute out. If it survives, I'll show you the spring. I don't want to reset it. I feel like I'm sending my child off to school. This is the second version of the Google Pixel 7 Pro parachute. In 3, 2,
I love the guy who just
1.
peeked out there.
Oh my god, it worked.
I feel like they didn't slow it down
if that's
by
a
much.
success or a failure.
No, I mean the deployment happened,
This
but
seems like a perfect moment.
It sort of
to talk
worked.
about the dedicated 5x zoom camera on the Google Pixel 7 Pro. This is the 5x.
I love how
optical
bad the
zoom.
brand
And
integration
this is. The
is.
30x
It's funnier.
Super res zoom. This is amazing.
Half a second is a lot of time. It should be like a quarter.
Wow, I can see all the parts that are broken. The lid is broken. I still want to know what it looks like in person, though. Even though the 30 zoom showed me everything I needed to see. Oh, God. Oh,
I also didn't even know my own phone had a 30 zoom.
It came out.
I thought you have a Pixel 6.
It hit the ground really hard.
No, I have a 7.
Maybe it's actually perfect.
You
Maybe
just
it did
upgraded
everything
after
it
a
needed.
year?
For real, he has
What if
no
the parachute
how many
opened
things I
earlier?
can make in half
I
a
don't know.
second.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
True.
Immediately into the tree.
It works though.
It just folds down, flicks it out. Also, you notice how bright it was outside? When did that happen?
Careful,
I
Icarus.
did figure out a way to protect the phone pretty much
No,
guaranteed.
but yeah, I do have a 7 now because I was able to trade in my phone, so I was only able to get the new 7 for like $20.
Out now. This is the Pro model. Has all the features you saw in this video. I'm a huge fan. I'm genuinely super impressed with it you ready for the secret to keep the phone safe? You put it in your pocket and you never take it out. Anyways, if you want to see me refine any of these designs, I had a lot of fun with it. I never got to do mine either. If you want to see me perfect any of them, let me know which ones down below and I'll do a follow-up. I think there's a lot of room for improvement. All right, bye.
Bye. So there was that.
Last weekend.
There was also, I keep forgetting about the autoplay.
Just turn it off.
There's also the really dangerous one where they were erasing power tools. Let me see, what other videos do we have here? Okay, our time is unfortunately short, so we can only really do one more, and it's going to be this cool watch. It's a watchmaking video about a Rolex, so I'm kind of curious. I believe Lunar sent this in, so thank you, Lunar.
What the?
It's a watch, dude. I just kind of want to see how it works. I've never seen this. Like, I know watches are small, but I want to see how good this is. Or how cool this gets. Oh, God. That is tiny. You ever think about how Rolexes are more expensive and also technically more repairable than an iPhone?
I mean,
I just thought about that.
Repairable by a tech that knows what they're doing.
Yeah, and iPhones aren't repairable by anybody ever.
No.
Well, the techs don't know what they're doing.
No. I mean, sure, sometimes they screw up, but like.
At least with taking apart a Rolex, I don't need to give it a blow dry to get the tape off.
Well, you need that adhesive in order to make sure it's waterproof. The only other way to do waterproofing is with like physical covers, kind of like old Sony phones had.
Most things are repairable than an iPhone. Okay, you know what? That's a fair point. Is he just using like a little bit of like adhesive blue tack to just get stuff off of it? That's kind of cool.
I feel like that's not like as true of a statement anymore. Like, there's a lot of stuff that is extremely less repairable than an iPhone. Like,
didn't this one have a gasket?
TV. It's like, have you tried to ever fix like a LCD TV with like on your own?
Oh no, the panel's fucked. If it's the panel, then it's fucked. If it's anything else, I could see what I could do. I don't know. My mental health is less repairable than an iPhone. I'm trying to think about that and how true that is.
I would say it depends on your mental health.
Brandon, what is your mental health on an iFixit score?
Mine specifically?
If you want to divulge that information.
Probably like a 7. So I'd say about as repairable as an iPhone.
Yeah, mine's like a 7 or a 6 in terms of repairability. there's bits of glue keeping my head in place.
I would say my stuff's pretty reliable until it gets dropped. And then when it gets dropped, then it's not very reliable and needs to be fixed.
To be fair, I'm pretty sure that goes for like a lot of brains. And I'm pretty sure what you described is called a concussion.
I don't mean, okay.
What you described is a concussion. This is nice and very relaxing. I've honestly wanted to like 3D print out like an escapement mechanism just to see it. But that's a lot of work and a lot of plastic and a lot of stuff for just a little doodad. Well, it's not a little doodad, it's a huge doodad, but still.
Oh, also part of the reason Rolexes are so repairable is because it's part of the marketing. Like.
Oh, really? Oh, it's basically like they're repairable for life or something?
No, you buy a Rolex and it's meant to be an heirloom you pass down. It's like a piece of jewelry. Like,
right.
It has to, if it, like, it's like why smartwatches aren't the same way is because it's like Well, a smartwatch is air quotes luxury because it's expensive.
But it only has a certain lifespan to
it. The software support will be dropped. This thing will always be, as long as we're telling time in 12-hour or 24-hour increments. You can tell this guy works with tech because he doesn't get his fingernails.
Wow, that's one. You know, well, I cut my fingernails and now I'm screwed, so I have to wait like a month.
I'm lucky. I only have to wait like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I was like a month. It was like 2 weeks ish. That's the mainspring. That's the thing that keeps it alive for so long.
I've had my mom tell me she's jealous of how fast my nails grow.
Wow. That is a big spring, actually.
Yeah. It's all clockwork. There's very little, like...
No shit, it's a clock!
Well, I mean, there's plenty of watches that have electronic components in them, even if they have some mechanical components.
Well, yeah, like, you mean like quartz crystal, right?
Well, I mean just digital components.
Like a quartz crystal.
That's not necessarily digital.
Oh, wait, you're right. It's piezoelectric. No, you're right, I'm wrong. Quartz crystal, it's piezoelectric. My bad.
Yeah. Like,
my mental health is mainly off-the-shelf parts, so it's really hard to get those parts without tearing ribbons here and there. Well, that's why you have to get yourself like a spudger. Get yourself like a plastic spudger, or like a guitar pick, and you'll be good.
Like this is I would probably assume is harder to manufacture than a digital watch with some really basic mechanical components that just move hands.
Oh, probably.
It's part of why digital watches are so cheap. They were expensive when they first came out because the tech to make them possible was more expensive than making a mechanical watch. But now...
This is a video of me putting together an iPhone after I took it apart for the first time.
I showed you that video of like, fucking,
How does he know to do this with the instructions in the background?
Because he's trained.
You know,
like,
you're
this
right.
is probably, check the video description of this guy's channel. Like, this guy's probably...
try to fix your mental health with one of those cheap
Watchfinder and Co. Yeah, this guy, this is probably his job. Like, his job is to repair these.
How I feel like whenever I change the strap of my watch.
To be fair, watch straps, depending on the model of watch, are ass to change.
I repaired a laptop once. And I know how to do it. Okay, hold on. We're going to do a bonus video because I keep thinking about it, is this stupid video of being incredibly dangerous with power tools. Please don't do this, but it's still funny to look at.
Okay.
Last weekend, I spent the entire day using power tools. The only problem is lumber prices are skyrocketing. It was getting late, so I sat down at my computer to watch YouTube. Have you ever seen a video that made you realize something has been missing your entire life? This is power tool racing. They take power tools, stick them on a wooden track, and plug them in. The most irresponsible, dangerous, horrible, wasteful way to use power tools. God, I want to do it so bad. But they all died.
What was that device I showed you, Alma, that uses a power tool battery?
If I want to do it, I have to.
That's like a lot of shit. There was a coffee maker that did.
Of the official power tool racing handbook, and flew to the only state that doesn't give a shit what you do,
found
even
a
if it
coffee
kills
maker
other people.
that hooks up to like a drill battery.
Yeah, and it's only good for like one cup.
It didn't take long for the backdoor scientist.
The problem I have with my host is that I don't have flux to so I keep breaking the board. Yo.
That chain.
Okay, fair.
Yes, that's what I told you.
Have you tried scrubbing it with steel wool?
And we started building the racetrack immediately.
Will, it works. You want to try it?
No, this doesn't work. The rules state we need a 75-foot track, which is pretty long, but we didn't buy enough wood, so our track is only 60 feet long. The power source must provide 40 amps at 120 volts. Each lane will have an extension cord equipped with a standard 3-prong Edison connector. This will allow the power tools to race without any risk of a high voltage incident. And finally, at the end of the track is a speed measurement system to see who crossed the finish line first and how fast they were going.
What are you doing, Will? Cutting the wires to length.
I'm glad everybody here has the arbitrary understand.
Oh, whoa, is that plugged in?
Has the understanding
to power
of
tool
making
racing.
jokes like this.
I like that.
All our brains are just arbitrary enough that we can make these jokes without issue.
Our
His
7
shirt says
contestants are
forklift.
Alan Pan,
Good shirt,
Alan
honestly.
Pan, Boy from Boy Boy, The Backyard Scientist, Niall
It's the
Blue,
audience you've
Alex of
cultivated.
I Did It
Exactly.
Thing, Charlie of Moist Critical,
Charlie's here.
William Osmond,
Yeah, Charlie's here.
William Osmond.
7 contestants.
Where's
who are going to
Styropyro?
compete for a grand
We
prize.
need one
which
that
I
will
have
catch on
yet
fire
to figure
on
out.
purpose.
We have a
Things have gotten
regulation
worse, don't worry.
60-foot power tool racing track and a single power switch to drive all 15 amps of power into both.
I like
power
that
tools.
it's like this dude
Which we
from
don't
the
have. We
Science
don't have
Channel,
any power
and
tools.
Moist Critical.
Nile, yeah, it's Nile Red from Nile Blue from Nile Green.
Freedom! Why is this allowed?
America,
Oh, it's not. That's actually against the law.
Going on the highway. I am jumping out. On the highway, not to go on the highway.
Dude, I like how they're calling.
Do not take us on the highway. We are not going on the highway in the back of the truck, Kevin. He was ready to take us on the freeway. Oh my God. We almost died. Are you filming?
It would have been fine.
Well, you gotta make sure it's tight.
There, now I'm safe. Kevin, you almost killed me.
I cannot believe you
It's that
almost got us
fishing
on the
wire.
freeway.
Yeah,
Why?
yeah, it was.
I thought it would have been fun.
Can I suggest a
Harbor
1-minute
Freight
bonus video?
School.
Absolutely.
What's your budget?
I don't know. Just don't be unreasonable.
Just, okay.
Don't be unreasonable. I think I'm gonna do a belt sander. I actually wanted to call it belt sander racing, but I figured if I told
think
people
this
to
is
get
just
anything,
a
they'd
lot
probably
of,
get
like-
worse.
A Nile Red short? Absolutely. Okay, cool.
And then put a leaf blower on the top. Just have a...
What other power tools exist? Look at this bad boy.
I want this.
Imagine you're just in the
surface
hardware
conditioning
store
tool
and you
because
just
it's
see
like
Moist Critical
built
in
like
there.
a car already.
Like, what is he even
They
here
don't have
for?
any on the shelf. I think maybe they only have the display versions. I kind of want to get 2 angle
He's just
grinders.
like, what up?
Put them like
I forget how short. Yeah, it's-
Power tools.
yeah.
This is enough.
Charlie's like a manlet, isn't he?
Kevin is brainstorming with a random Harbor Freight customer.
That's the same guy that was.
And you want cheap?
Just a bunch of random YouTubers that Twitch streamers in this hardware store.
The teacher, just say, hey man, what do you suggest?
Which one can fling a 2x4 a quarter mile?
You know?
I hadn't really thought about how expensive this was going to be. No one seemed to care that it was my money, and I started getting suspicious that people were adding things they didn't need.
Who picked this?
That was me.
Was it? Do you actually want this? It's boring.
I wanted it for the front of the vehicle. But if I crashed it would.
Anything you buy after this is on your own credit card.
Oh, they have candy here?
They do not have candy, thank God.
They do not have
Do
candy.
they have Arby's here?
They don't have either
Damn
of
it.
those things. Jesus.
I've been to hardware stores that have candy,
$831.37 gets you all of this. 2 belt sanders, a circular saw, a bench grinder, 4 angle grinders, leaf blower, wheels, a knife, and a bunch of other missing parts.
The sponsor of this video pulled out because they did not want to be associated with what's about to happen. So I've decided to sponsor the video myself. Let me tell you about catwarehouse.com.
A knife!
Catwarehouse.com is the only place on the internet where you can buy cat-themed merchandise, like this jacquarded catastrophic holiday sweater. This sweater is fantastic, and it will make you more sexy. And I'm not saying that just because
It is kind of a cute. It is kind of a cute sweater.
We've
not
got
gonna lie.
tube
That's a
socks
compelling
that look like cats stuck
Honestly,
in a
yeah.
tube. A business tie you can wear to work, professional on the front, and a cry for help on the back. We've even brought back a
I'm just here to
that's
get
been in
paid.
the archive for over 35 years. I survived the 1996 Cat Warehouse Company picnic. Isn't that fun? They're running from a bear. Plus, we reprinted some of your favorites like Crabs Smoking Crack, Little Willy Club, Forklift Certified, and of course, the legendary Inbred Cat. And you know what? Even if you don't want any of this crap yourself, we've got gift cards that you can give to your friends and family. Everything is extremely high quality, but comes with no
I've
warranty.
completely
You can
forgot what
call
they're
our
doing in this
support
video.
team,
They're
and
racing
won't
power
leave until they cut
tools.
the phone line with a pair of scissors. Buy my merch or the puppy gets it. I'm making a Christmas vehicle. It's gonna be like Santa, but I got a bunch of little beer bottles for a dollhouse. It's gonna be like a drunk Santa.
So I just bought a pre-built race car, so I'm already pretty much done.
Oh, it actually works.
Pre-built race car.
Oh, I've done that before. It's really bad. I immediately took it off. It's so dangerous.
Well, I'm making 2 of them, Will.
No! 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 That thing's gonna go like 40 miles an hour. Alex is kind of swamping you right now.
You know what his is gonna do? His is gonna like climb right out of the track.
So what
It's
Kevin
the first
doesn't
time
know
I've
is
actually
he's put
noticed
his angle
most critical.
grinders the wrong
Yeah.
way around, and they're going to spin into each other.
Oh!
Alexa,
Oh
what are
my
you
god,
doing?
this is caveman brain
Back to
shit.
give more room for
Yeah,
the
but
wheel.
I love the
wrench like a
caveman brain
caveman.
shit.
We don't have any other caveman.
He literally called him a
If you
caveman.
can show me one caveman in history that's ever used a wrench, I'll give you $100,000. Okay, 5-minute warning, everybody. Yeah, well, we've already blown way past the 30 minutes.
It's like BattleBots,
This is actually
but
like a negative 20-minute warning.
for
The good news,
rednecks.
Nigel, is your wheels are crooked, but the plank is also crooked, so they're actually net straight right now. You see this?
Things were going bad, especially for Nigel. He spent all of his skill points on chemistry.
This is hardly a power tool.
Okay.
No, we don't need more.
BattleBot is grass mower racing.
Alexa
I feel like
wasn't
this is.
having
Then
much
what's
luck
this?
either.
Because
He
this
might
is
have
going
damaged
harder.
The speed controller on his bench grinder, which is bad news because without his speed controller,
BattleBots,
there will be no
OSHA
speed.
It's all coming
exempt.
together.
Yeah.
They don't stand a chance. Like this is cheat. I feel like I'm cheating.
In a
We're
miraculous
violating
turn of
all the
events,
OSHA
everyone
rules
managed to finish their
today.
Power tools in only a
That metal
handful of
grinder is gonna cause
5-minute time
problems.
extensions.
So this is mine. It's just 2 angle grinders taped to each other. I essentially copied Kevin's design.
I like how there's a USA flag on it.
How did you copy him if he hasn't even finished it?
Outlaw BattleBots.
Do you have a name
yeah.
for it?
No. It doesn't have a name.
He hasn't earned a name yet. He'll earn a name.
Kevin.
This is mine. It's a belt sander. Santa's been drinking, and he's got 2 guns. I call it Santa's Slade.
Mine is a circular saw, and it has a face.
He got angry.
He got angry eyes.
Yeah, there we go.
No, the sad.
His name is Diablo.
He's cuter
Lento.
that way, though.
Means slow devil.
Mine
Diablo.
was very scaled back. It's all about speed. I got rid of all the useless weight. This was a bench grinder, by the way. Just the most streamlined vehicle you can imagine. It is called Kevin
That's so
2.0.
Ours is also a belt sander design. We didn't have to do too much, but we modified it to be like an aircraft carrier. So when
It looks so
reaches that
cool.
right velocity, this will take off.
That's
America.
We named it Buck Wagon Wheel.
Okay, so.
Whoa!
Oh yeah, I did mod.
I like how Nigel's is the most insane one.
Blood.
Yeah.
You should like squirt some blood on the side so it looks like it's been plowing through.
Yeah, actually, I'll add that later.
No, do it right now.
Oh, I don't. Yeah. Oh no. It's all on the track.
It's so in character for Nigel.
So unlike. Oh no. Yeah, I'll fix that after. Unlike all these other guys, I went with a non-traditional power tool. I just got a leaf blower.
But do you have a
Did
power
leaf blowers
tool?
count as a power tool?
It didn't come with one. Oh yeah, the name of it. Stabby Blowy.
Alex stole my invention, but this is the superior design. It uses wire wheels, and it's gonna be so fast.
It has googly eyes on there.
It's
Kevin 3.0.
Kevin Prime, Kevin 1.
Kevin _ original -69.
Kevin-official.org.
You guys ready for the first race? Yeah! Our racers are gonna come down the track, cross through the
Like,
beam
Ke-
break,
like such,
gonna
it's
give
such
us
in
the
character
speed,
for Kevin.
But it doesn't matter
or
because whoever
Niall.
crosses first is the winner, and the first round
It's
is
like zero.
me versus
It's like
me.
0 points in everything
How you feeling
except
right
in
now?
chemistry.
Good. Yeah. Oh, that's a mic. Yeah, I feel pretty good.
How good?
Oh, there's no mic. Oh, there's a mic
No,
here.
it's a local recording.
Yeah, I feel pretty good.
This is bracket race number 1.
In 3, 2, 1.
Yo!
It worked better than I was expecting, but also it's very terrifying.
Oh, that's hey, what is that unsportsmanlike shit over there?
My power cable unplugged. Look how fast Santa's Slade is once I plugged it back in. But Charlie is the winner, which means he's moving up in the bracket.
6 miles an hour. My favorite part is that they're going so fast that it pulls itself from the power for safety. It's almost like an idea. It's almost like a good idea.
Oh my god! I knew that was gonna happen.
Power cable in half.
He cut his power cable.
It's off. It's off.
Oh my god! You disqualified. I didn't turn my buttons on.
Why is he barefoot?
I think that's his gimmick.
Kevin, you got a free lunch right now. There's nothing Alex can do to stop you.
3, 2, 1.
But remember, he put his angle grinders in the wrong way, so it doesn't
I
move.
don't understand. What did you do? They're spinning opposite directions.
Oh my God!
No, you need to flip this one as well on that way.
Oh my God. Hold on. Watch out, Alex. Watch out. Watch out.
Wait,
Alex,
Kevin, what are you doing? Kevin! Oh, there you go.
Yay!
Wait, what did he change?
He just turned one of them off.
Kevin switched one of the motors off and it crossed the finish line at an astounding 1,180 miles an hour. I think the speed sensor might be broken. But that means Kevin is the winner, and up next is Nigel versus Alexa.
Who's winning? I can't even say. I feel like we're so equally matched.
Oh, I was gonna say me for sure.
Oh.
I think his is gonna get stuck immediately, and then mine will slowly make it to the end. That's my plan. That's my
right.
idea.
I think he's right.
You can't.
I can't.
Racers, on your mark.
Oh, he put a Lego minifig on the leaf blower.
Nigel,
Yo, it's going!
Nigel, it's
Let's
working.
go!
Oh my God, it's working.
Did it finish?
No. Oh yeah.
He's stuck. You can do it. You can do it. I might still win. Hey, we haven't finished yet.
Due to a technicality, both racers are disqualified.
What?
He reached the end of the cable and couldn't keep going to pass the finish line. You didn't technically pass the finish line because you got bound up by the power cord.
F.
If you don't cross the finish line, you can't win the race. I don't make the rules. Up next is me versus Alan.
What do you think's gonna happen? Actually, I know what's gonna happen.
What's gonna happen?
I'm gonna kick your ass.
Not if I kick yours first.
I'm gonna kiss your ass.
Not if I kiss yours first.
Are we on the same team?
3, 2, on go.
Right. Go. Wait, no. Go.
I love how Niall really thought it was necessary to put his legs in between the racetrack.
It hit the camera.
Whoa. Well, Alan,
yep.
I feel really good about that.
That was pretty close. That
Myth
was a pretty
busted.
close race.
I will win every time against you.
The bracket's pretty messed up because the contestants' vehicles are all broken.
I'm here in the pits and things are pretty bad.
I just made some repairs because mine severed both of its, major arteries.
Oh my lord! Why is it in half?
It broke.
While Kevin and Alex were fixing their power tools, I rearranged the bracket and started building a ramp.
I'm making a ramp. I can go so fast, I reckon I could get 3 to 4 feet of air.
It's gonna go
get a meter
up.
of air.
Yeah.
3 meters of distance. I feel pretty good. I spent a lot of time on the Warrior
Wagon.
What is that his name?
Yeah.
Spent a lot of time on it.
So much time that I have Alzheimer's. What about you guys?
Man, it's sick.
I think this one's for all the marbles.
This one's so good.
You and me
Yeah.
in a really big jump.
Just a head-to-head slobber knocker. 3, 2, 1.
It's actually... My face when it was actually close.
I like that. That was good. They did not at all go up the ramp. I wanted them to. We've got like the GoPro set up so they can be like, yeah.
Now that Kevin has taped his angle
Now
grinder
has
back
2 speeds,
together, it's time
0 and
for
100.
a rematch.
Nothing is 2
3,
speeds over time.
2, 1.
Oh my god.
God, it's so.
Yo, it hit the jump.
Your power cable out.
It hit the jump.
Oh my god.
Did I kill the GoPro?
Wait, where'd the lid go? Dude, it shot over the GoPro. Okay, it's coming. It's coming.
Yo.
Oh my god, it went right over.
Honestly, a radical shot.
If it was any lower, it would have.
Oh, it's cool.
And then we came up with what might be the best idea ever. A jousting match between a belt sander and 2 angle grinders with saw blades attached.
I fear I might die. Only God knows what's gonna happen. All right, whenever you're ready.
Only God knows what's gonna happen. You need to do so. What did we learn today?
Oh, you destroyed it.
I cut my own cord as well.
He cut the cord.
It's clean.
Flying across the country and spending
Oh, look, there's
thousands of
slow-mo
dollars to
video.
put together a power tool racing competition. Yes.
Slow-mo video.
It was. And
Content
I'd do
is
it
always
again.
Oh, look at
Rears up.
look how fast it's going. It's like
Oh, you do like a full backflip and then I keep going. Yes.
When does he cut his own cable?
Oh, there it is.
Suicide.
Well, good job, Alex.
Thank you. Good job, Will.
Good job, Charlie. We did it. This is without a team, this wouldn't have happened. It was truly an
Before
honor.
laying a chainsaw
working
between Moist Finger and Gamer
and
guys.
dying with all of you at the same time. There's two more. They're just not even on camera. That's how it goes every
Niall
time.
has
The
a
video just ends.
Why does he just have a?
Buy my merch or the puppy gets it.
Honestly, it's such a good video. Okay, hold on. Now, last video, bonus last video.
Unfortunately, my favorite book is on fire, and I should probably do something about it.
What is that, Niall? That's vodka. Yeah.
Okay, so that worked, but I
Okay.
think that all this water might have actually been worse than the fire.
Oh, that's really waterlogged.
Thankfully, though, this wasn't water, and it was
What?
instead something called Novex 7100.
Why did you put it in a coffee? I swear to God.
It's the same thing that's sometimes used to put out fires in places like museums and server rooms, which really can't afford to get soaked with water.
Wait.
Chemically, it's known as methoxy-nonafluorobutane, and in theory, it should just all evaporate and leave me with
Oh,
a
it's
completely
evaporating.
intact.
So that's not entirely true. A lot of server rooms have just water.
Oh, shit.
For their fire suppression systems.
Ooh, look, the book's good. I actually like this.
And also,
the book is good.
more expensive server room systems actually have things that like just straight up pump a shit ton of carbon dioxide in the room.
Unfortunately,
for
my
fire
favorite
suppression.
book is on fire. Okay, so Novex 7100's cool. That was neat. What other dumb shorts does he have
What I
on this?
have here.
It just says it just said vaporizing chicken and acid, and I could not click, could not click it.
Neuron activation occurred. We can't stop
and
it.
Scary
Yeah.
mixture of sulfuric acid and hydrogen peroxide.
Oh, hell yes.
Also known as piranha
I just
solution.
realized.
Wait, it's that easy to make piranha solution?
Chicken drumstick. I've been
I'm not gonna
reading
do
through
it because
now
I
what
would.
do to a piece
That
of
would not be good.
chicken, and I'll just carefully lower it in.
Mm.
Almost immediately, it started bubbling, and the reaction slowly got more and more violent.
Mmm. The chicken's dying.
I was a bit worried that it would spill out of the beaker, which would have been a huge disaster. It thankfully started calming down, though, which was good, but once it had cleared up, I was absolutely horrified by what I saw.
It turned into Coca-Cola.
The entire part that was in the acid was gone. Everything, including the bone, had apparently been removed, and it was almost like the drumstick had been sliced in half.
Oh. Oh, it's just gone.
I then continued adding peroxide, and the reaction started getting violent again.
It looks like you're boiling chicken and Coke.
Vaporizing anything that was made of carbon and turning it into CO2 gas.
What do you mean it vaporizes carbon?
Bone, which is something I really didn't expect.
Melt it until it's gone. This is the most forbidden way I've ever seen.
The peroxide, I was
Is it gone? Is it gone?
by what I
Yo!
saw. There was absolutely nothing left, and I think this is one of the most terrifying things I've ever done.
It's now turned into piss. That was cool. I like piranha solution. Don't make it at home. Serial killer in the audience. Interesting. Oh, I have already shown a video where serial killer in the audience would go, definitely interesting. Watch. I've watched this video before. How not to dissolve a body in lye. It, in fact, definitely does not work. I'm just saying, if you want to watch it, I'm not saying to not, but you know, whatever. We're gonna stop before the police come. All right.
I was gonna say.
All right, chat. Yeah, that was the last video. All right, chat. What did we learn? I need 2 life lessons before we end the day. I will wait here.
Acid is good for your tummy.
And acid is good for your tummy.
Yeah.
I learned you're cute. How do you learn something? Well, how do you learn something that is already a universal truth?
Dang, that's confidence.
We learned how to make Piranha solution. We learned that two disc saws attached to each other go real fast.
That's true.
That
and
is
cut its own
true.
power source.
A lot, every single time, yeah.
Alma, can you send me that video that says cursed computer mouses later?
I'll just do it now.
Thank you. Sorry. I had brain rot overcome me.
No, it's okay. You said cummy.
What?
You said cummy.
I said coming over me. Yes.
You said cummies.
I didn't say that.
Yes,
but
you did. I like the little plushies to your right. The plushies are very good. I love them.
One of them is Miss Avery.
Yeah, one of them is Avery. Anyway, this is the end of today's Finding Out Friday. Have a good rest of your weekend, guys. I will be back Tuesday. And who should we do we want to wade someone?
Tane be live. I saw Nell go live on a friend of hers channel on Twitter. Should we rate that
Nell
person?
is, I mean, probably. What's the friend's channel?
Let me get it pulled.
Bob Ross is live. Let's go.
All right, hold on. Let me see who was Nell hanging out with again.
I don't remember the channel.
Let me know. I can get it up.
Yeah, just send it over to me.
I don't. Let me see if they're still live first.
Oh, Lemma's playing Super Lesbian Animal RPG.
I mean, it's your channel. You rate whoever you want to rate.
I don't have a lot of people to follow. What is? What? Yeah, I just. Okay, you know what? Let's raid Lemma. Anyway, we're gonna raid Lemma. Very soft, cuddly, queer VTuber. They're very nice. Be nice, and make sure you guys say before you go. I'll see you guys Tuesday. Okay.
Thank you all for coming.
Yay! Ha! You said coming.
God damn it. Video games.
Video games suck.
Aw.
I heard that.